Oh my goodness, here we are again on a Wednesday, which is December 7th, 2022. It is a full moon outside tonight, so
The
I
crazies are out.
I just I just Instagrammed that to everybody to completely take advantage of seeing this magnificent thing in the sky tonight, which I just took pictures of before I came online. And it's beautiful. And if you have a really good camera, which I obviously don't, you can actually see Mars, which is just a little bit southwest of the moon tonight. So,
She
like
But
that.
said
where's
she
where,
missed the train to Mars. She's out back counting stars.
Well, they do have my camera on a tripod ready for like any solar event that might be occurring outside.
but really great camera can see Uranus.
Oh, I
Oh,
love the knee. I love the knee, Dennis.
so, greetings to all. I am here with Xavier, Dennis, and I don't know who Miami Rice is, but I'm going to
I
assume that's
can't
Vaughn.
take credit for that. It's from the boys from the Bonfire. It's Aoki from 21 Jump Street, and they said because the whole fashion rage back then was Miami Vice, they had them wearing Miami Vice garb, and so the joke was Aoki is Miami Rice.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know
So
these
bad.
people.
Oh,
I've
you're
never
so
met these
funny.
people. Why am I here?
So bad.
Okay, be
I'm supposed
quiet.
to be on a Cheers
Color.
podcast. I don't know these people.
You just pick color. You just pick a color. That's all you do. You just pick color. Okay, yeah, Jeremy, I can't see
Hello.
the alien space station from
No,
the
motherfucker,
picture.
that's on the dark side of the moon.
There's no dark side on the moon.
Nice
As a
really
matter of fact,
It's
it's
all
all
dark.
dark.
All right, so yet again we have a show where it was very Seinfeldian, where it was basically a show about absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
But those are always the best shows. So we
Yeah.
appreciate we appreciate
and
having
Whitey's on the moon.
a show where nothing happens. Oh yes, thank you, Music Stream. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna put you up on the.
Shut up, you kiss ass. You obsequious kiss ass. Shut
Gosh, I
up.
hope Moni can complete her sentences today. Obviously not.
I go, you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I
change
go,
your
you
your
go.
nickname, your handle to Winamp. For music stream.
Wow.
Wow.
Real
Wow.
player. Okay, thank
You
you,
see
Real
the
Player, for
comment
your
from
comment.
Gamma Man 69.
Real Player
What's that all about?
6.
What is this all about?
I don't know what that's
this-
all about. You
I
know
don't know
what?
what that's all about either. I'm
There are
confused.
certain parts of this show that, yes, my knee is covered up tonight. It was a little chilly. Obviously, I have a sweatshirt on, so I'm a little cold. Here, I'll take it off. Okay, it's just a knee.
Yeah, 'cause it's bone chilling outside.
It is
It
chilly
is.
outside.
You
It's
floozy with your loose morals.
it's 68 degrees
Hell,
outside. You're right. It's brutal.
It's a
That's
little
at my house.
chilly. It's a
Not even by
little
the
chilly.
water.
It's a little chilly.
According to Hooper, David is the brown nose in chief.
Ooh,
I think it was Hooper that David was,
Ooh.
what?
he's very good at it.
Is he?
I think it's genuine. I think it's genuine.
I got
Huh?
I got some shit
What?
yesterday on email, and he knows who he is. And he was complaining. He said, "Hey, you said on the show that Alex Jones was did a dig on Howard, and that's not really Alex Jones." And I'm like,
Oh God.
silly. I feel like everybody on the chat knows it's not Alex Jones. You silly Billy.
Oh well.
I don't
So
think
is
anyone
relative.
listens to the current show. I'm starting to
No,
think that
it wasn't
nobody
Alex
listens.
Jones. Just lest anyone think. Listen, if it was Alex Jones, it would have certainly been more than a
It would have
5-second
been
clip
all over the
we
news.
played of him on the show. Silly Billy. So anyway, okay. So today's show is going to really be about mostly nothing, but at the very end of the show, the way he has this woman who makes believe she's Jennifer Witz. It's a little passive aggressive and
Samantha.
a little bit weird, and so I recorded the whole thing, and then I broke it down into like 3 or 4 different clips so that we can listen. Cameron is saying that from today's show, Richard refused to talk about a threesome with a staffer. Gary said, "We're not sure how much you want to talk about." Richard said he doesn't talk about that.
I'm sure he wouldn't. 10 years ago, but
Eiffel Tower, my favorite.
Show of hands of the four of us who do a show about recapping this show. How many of us heard that? I did not hear that.
No,
at
I
all.
went into a coma.
was it on the
Strictly.
wrap-up show? Was it actually on the wrap-up show
It was
instead?
on this regular show because
Okay.
they had
No, it was on the
Richard in
regular
there for a
show. They
while.
had a huge Sal and Richard segment that went on entirely too long.
Too
Seriously.
much. I think it's Will Murray. Maybe that is true. Remember Richard was obsessed with Will Murray. He used to call him and
Hey, Will,
sext him and shit. Yeah.
you want to
That's a
come
good call.
pump my wife?
Ew,
He used
so
to drunk
gross.
dial Will, and they
That's
tape.
so
I don't know how he
gross.
recorded it.
It's so gross, honestly. That's really kind of vile. But that's
It
why
is.
there's no more women on the show, because of shit like this.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
notice Samantha, who does Jennifer Witz.
I don't think Samantha's the one who does Jennifer Witz.
Yes, it is. It's her.
Are you
can
sure
tell when-
she does
that
Ivanka? She
shrill-
has a very
that
deep
shrill when
voice.
she was arguing with Wilding. It's her.
Oh, I don't really know. I don't know.
Can we put that in
Sure.
perspective? You're doing an impression of someone nobody knows who the fuck
Yeah.
they
What
are.
she sounds
Yeah.
like.
Let alone
Yes,
what they
that's-
sound
this
like.
is true. This is
Like
true.
you say, hey, I'm
It's her.
Jennifer Witz, and like, who the
But
fuck?
Samantha was on the air.
How would
so
I
it's the
know?
same thing.
How would I know what
That's
she sounds
true.
like?
That's a great point.
She was on the air yesterday, so that's how I.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
I
That's
think we heard
No,
Jen-
Samantha, the girl,
Right.
actually.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
just
yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
the one
she
that was all
the real
butthurt.
name.
she was all butthurt. Yes, exactly.
She
But
was
I
way
think Jennifer
butthurt.
Witz was on once when Howard was playing the clip of Robin being on the daily touch-in meeting or touchback meeting or monthly touchback meeting, touch base
Touchback.
thing. And she's just very ordinary. She's just very
Is she
ordinary.
Molly Plain Jane? Was she
She is like
was she
one-
interviewed on CNBC once?
Yes, I saw that
Okay.
clip. I was actually trying to figure out where to pull from for today's Photoshop for the YouTube channel, and I was like, "Gosh, is she the epitome of plain Jane?" So what are we talking about today? Robin was so delusional.
I like yours versions better.
She
My
been
neighbor's
delusional.
cousin over here.
Robin
Oh, no,
was
no.
delusional about her thoughts on Herschel Walker and the reason that he lost. Like, she legitimately thought it was because of the clips that Howard was playing. So
Useful
stupidity
idiot.
at its finest. Seriously. I
They've
do want to
deluded Howard into thinking he's a useful idiot for the left.
exactly.
And he's done
He's just
nothing
an
but
idiot.
take votes away.
So listen to
opinion.
this. Listen to this delusion. It's kind of
Georgia. I mean, the guy's a total embarrassment. And if you had elected him, I don't know what I would. I don't know what I
When
would
I
have thought
heard
of you.
it this morning, I thought maybe those games helped. You know, maybe
No.
when we were playing the Herschel
Cringe.
Walker
Right,
versus
right.
Whack Pack game and Herschel Walker versus beauty contestants, people
Well,
could really hear what
for
was
it to-
going on.
Really, Robin, do you really think that that anybody was listening to her? Is this Herschel Walker or a Miss Teen USA contestant game that obviously nobody
I have
plays for
200
prizes anymore except for you?
I have 260,000 reasons why that didn't move. I mean,
I happen to
yeah.
know for a fact that tipped the entire balance in the city of Savannah, Monique. I'm positive
oh,
of
yeah.
that last night. I
Did,
tracked it.
didn't they allude to the fact that Robin just got grifted of all her money?
No, actually, so somebody wrote later on and told me that Robin had mentioned that she is taking a trip overseas during the Christmas vacation. And since she mentioned like her passport and stuff like that, that potentially it was something about either her passport expiring or
Yeah.
that she had to go in person, I guess,
Right.
with a ticket to show it. or something.
She needs to renew her passport, and it probably expired. It's way out of expiration, so she has to basically start over again. And you have to go down there. You have to have your birth certificate. You have to show. You have to have your real ID. And you have to prove who you are to be able to get it. It's not a big deal. Everybody does it.
Well,
Fun-
but if she's leaving in
Fun fact.
December, she probably has to
she
bring her
has to
ticket.
pay.
She has
lot
to
extra.
show like that she's leaving soon.
Right.
I know
it's
they're
like
like
double the
3 months
price.
behind right
Hey,
now, but it's good for
fun
tickets.
fact: page
What?
1 of her passport has a stamp from the Mayflower.
Exactly.
Can we deport her back to Baltimore?
Yeah, that's not part of the United States.
Exactly, as if the Today Show has enough listeners in Georgia to sway a vote. She has no thoughts anymore. She is completely and utterly enamored with her boss, and this is how she will be until the day she dies.
I think she is so. She knows that the end is near. She's just being a fucking kiss ass and trying
Could
to
be.
Yeah, I
get
think
every
so.
penny.
But she has nothing else. She has nothing else. There's nothing else in her life but this man. And so now she is
Just
going to
not
be the
that
sycophant
not
he has
in-
always wanted her to be.
not that anyone would know the question. When's the last time Robin and Howard did anything physically social in person?
Oh Christ!
I
4
mean,
years ago.
well,
Hey,
we're talking
Mo-
about 10 years now, probably.
No, I'm going to go with probably the Christmas Okay, there was a
What's-
dinner
I'm
that
talking-
Robin had that I distinctly remember John Hine was invited
2018?
to,
When was this?
and it was really, really expensive, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. And
Right.
John Hine couldn't find anything on the menu to eat because it was too fancy for him.
It was like
So I
20. That was
think
like
that was like 4 or
2018.
5 years ago. Huh?
Okay, fair
That's
enough.
like
Fair enough.
2018. I mean,
Okay, so 4 years ago. So it's been almost 3 years. March will be 3 years of COVID. So they
Well, in his
definitely haven't
mind.
seen each other since then. So it was probably like maybe a year before that or the Christmas party of that year prior to COVID. That's all I got.
Monique, I want to personally welcome.
She didn't go to Christmas party that year. She didn't get the invitation. Do you remember in 2019 she didn't get the invitation?
John, what were
No.
you wanted to
I
personally
just want
Sorry.
to personally welcome an African American gentleman, Thomas Jameson, to the Lee Daniels Presents Radio Gunk family. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome, please.
What are you looking?
Yep.
Tim Sullivan?
Thomas
What are you
Jameson.
talking about, man?
Oh, Tom.
See him up there?
Oh, there he
What you
is.
talking about,
Buck and a
Willis?
halfy.
Okay.
This be an hour and a privilege.
Well, thank
I don't
you,
know
Miss
these people.
Monique.
I don't know that. I don't know
never
that
met
he's
these
not
people
just
before in my
making
life.
fun right now. We don't know. We don't know anything to
No.
be
I believe
sure.
every word of it. I want to believe it.
Yeah, I know you do. This is a Spike Lee joint Radio Gunk.
David.
All right, let's move on a little bit, and we're going to talk about.
Crazy Robin's walking on.
You know, Howard was such a dick today. So a caller called in and wanted to know to go around announcing my race everywhere.
Classic TJ. I loves me some arm. I loves me some arm.
Did you know that I'm 17% sub-Saharan African?
Mr.
In case
D.
you didn't know, I get all the tropes, every single one of them, whatever.
I love it. I love it, Mr. D. It's turned into the Source Awards.
I'm only a few percent Middle Eastern. Damn it.
I love me some arm.
Source Award. Okay, I am going to continue my show and do what Howard is getting his grandmother, his mother, for Christmas.
Oh my god.
This was actually kind of rude,
I thought
but
it'd
he
be
kind of
Hanukkah.
continued with it. He kind of doubled
When the
down a
hell did he
little.
start celebrating Christmas?
Mike,
I don't know that he actually.
that's
does.
Spike Lee's production company, 40 Acres and a Monique. It really is. It really is. It's so good. Mike
Howard
McNabb.
Bailey's Radio Gunk. That's all I got.
All right.
Okay, here we go. So this is Howard answering the
My favorite
question, what he's
casket.
getting his mother for Christmas. Here we go.
Anyway, good morning, Jeff from New York. Okay, Jeff, what's up?
What are you getting your mom for Christmas?
What am I getting my mom for Christmas? Nothing. I pay for her whole life. Are you fucking high?
What a weird.
Get my mom. First of all, you can't give my mother a gift. It goes horribly.
So that's the way you
Thank
answer
you.
the question.
Right in the garbage. Right in the garbage.
Right in the garbage. Exactly.
So
What-
would that be the proper term to call him a cunt? I mean,
Seem
seriously,
like
that's really wow. I mean,
Over the Christmas break,
wow.
we got to do the Right in the Garbage series. We got to go over the horrible
Oh my
Christmas
God.
moments. What's your least favorite, guys? I think Artie's thoughtful Neil Young thing that he threw out. That bothered me the most.
with the wood chipper, anything with that
Yeah.
wood chipper, that was
I think
honestly.
the time I'm trying to remember who the intern was whose mother painted something for Howard. It took her like weeks.
Oh, that's a good one. I know what
And
you're talking about.
He gave him the gift and put it right into the fucking wood chipper.
Katie
And-
Aldana, Ray will be getting a Helen Rose tea.
You should mention that. So then the conversation goes into the fact that for some reason Ray thinks that Beth is the one who gets her everything. Beth is so sweet.
yeah, it gets
You
worded.
know, Beth got me dinner yesterday. Beth got me this. Beth got me that.
Bullshit.
And, you know, Howard would have absolutely none of that. And he said this.
You're building up a story about Beth, and you're forgetting that I pay.
Oh, I hate when he says-
You know, I'm out here. I'm down here in the basement grinding out these fakakta radio shows.
Right.
Hey Mo,
Grinding in the
Wedding,
basement.
spoiling.
This is for
Well,
you guys.
Uh,
This
she
show's
ne-
for
you know,
you.
I don't think she realizes Beth doesn't pay for this stuff. I pay for it.
Get out of here. She has to know that.
I don't know.
I have my own money.
Okay. Yes, Xavier.
thought just crossed my head. Addition through subtraction. If Howard's complaining about that he pays for everything, the real question would be, what does Beth get her parents with Howard's money for Christmas?
Whatever they want, sweetheart.
No, yeah, but I mean, do you think she goes
A good
Gucci with
lawyer?
them, or
Maga
No.
swag.
No, I don't think. I don't. You know what? I think parents get to a
it's
certain
so-
age where that kind of shit doesn't really
yeah, but they
matter.
kind of look
anymore.
like they look a snurch, pretentious, and like.
You think? I think that they
I think
live
so.
all
I
in
think they- I think
Florida
they-
now, right?
Well,
They go to
look what
condo
they
down there.
raised, dude. Look what they raised. You
Wait
know?
a minute. You're talking about the Pittsburgh Kennedys.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, if you see a gorilla walking around the fucking jungle, you assume their parents were gorillas too, right? So
Yes.
it's like she's a fucking materialistic douchebag.
How
What
about
do you think she learned it from?
how about
I
a
just can't
Varvatos?
imagine. I mean,
I
that's
can.
like saying my mother
I-
was like a Gucci bag for Christmas. I can't.
No. Okay, I'm not saying literally a Gucci bag. I'm talking about some pretentious little gift, you know.
There is no doubt in my mind that they somehow helped pay for the parents' condo down in Florida.
Definitely.
So I'm pretty sure
Oh,
that that's
dude.
the gift.
As you should. As you
that,
should.
But
you
still,
know,
it's
keeps on
Christmas, you
giving.
know.
They might even pay the mortgage on
Hardcore
it.
Catholics.
They may even
And,
have wanted cash for them.
And a
How-
lawyer and a good lawyer.
How about
Yeah.
how about a
fraud.
Varvatos ankle bracelet, house arrest ankle
It's-
bracelet?
But guys, you're missing the point. It's not so much of them, you know, like asking them for. But Beth is such a fucking. She loves to fucking piss away Howard's money.
I
There's
know.
no
but
way-
you know what?
There's no way she's gonna get him some cheap ass fucking tchotchke gift.
I
for Christmas.
think, okay,
There
here's two
isn't.
things. Here's two things. It's not like she's only with him like a year or two, where you'd do that kind of splurgy thing because
Right.
look at me, I have all this money and I can do that. It's been like what, 20 years
You
or
do know who
something?
Beth is, right?
Kind
It's
of,
just
20
look at
years.
me. Look, I have all this money.
kind of thinking that they're kind of over that, honestly. I think that
Uh,
everybody is pretty much over that.
25
Now,
years.
Your
That
logic
said,
would
I
dictate
think
that
maybe
she's
the cousins, maybe like the daughters of her sister-in-laws and things like that. I am positive she gives them like her cast-offs. Like,
100%.
look
Well,
at this
that-
Chanel bag. It's so cute,
There's-
and I thought you would love
There
it.
is relatives with benefits in Beth's fucking lineage, and that she fucking. There's no way she wants to be the big shot. She wants to be. Look at me. I'm
I
somewhere
agree
Jennifer.
with you, but
So
again,
there's
it's
no
not like
way
2 or
that she's
3
gonna
years down
just
the
fucking
road. This is
give
like
him a
20
tchotchke.
years. I don't think. No, I don't. First
None.
off, you know what? I can't even imagine they give anything for Christmas to anybody but the kids. I just
I don't think Howard is looped in on it, but I guarantee she fucking spends his money.
I bet you they give like Jimmy Kimmel a stupid, ridiculous gift. I
What
bet you.
about
that-
Beth?
That's a good point
What
too, man.
You know, I
Beth's
think
cousin?
those are the people that they give the good gifts to. I don't think it's the parents or
Absolutely.
the kids. You know, it's the people that
I
give them
think
gifts in return.
I think Jimmy has like 20 stilettos at this point.
What do you get? Snuffleupagus and his annoying wife.
Who?
Christ. The Snuffleupagus.
Oh, yes. See, that's who she gives. You see, this is right.
Yeah, Snuffleupagus.
Popcorn tins, Gamma
Yeah.
Man. Yes.
Yeah.
The Beth's
Beth
parents.
loves to throw in that she uses Howard's credit card. The white apartment carpet, the shopping afternoons, the hotel she books. Yeah, the white apartment carpet is something that that is what you get when you have like no pets and no children in your life. That is the white fucking carpet. That's pretty much a telltale sign. of not
AJ
having-
Bones
or you beat the
asking
help.
the question.
What, babe?
So AJ Bones asking the question. Yes, that is Chris Wilding's head that was done by Biznick.
God,
Oh, let me
on,
show it in all its
yes.
glory so that everybody can see it.
So,
Jesus.
so that's what I have behind me. Chris Wilding
Look at that
with
beauty.
bitch mode on.
It was so delicious. I had to post it on Twitter just now. I got my mama Swiggy button for you.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Record world,
jeez,
Swiggy button.
Marin. Yeah, that was a beauty by Biznick. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's what Dennis has behind him in all its beautiful glory. All right, I'm going to go on to my next clip, and this would be about so yeah, apparently he's turned a new leaf, and he now tells people that he loves them, and he lets us know that he tells his kids that he loves them pretty much every day. So don't break for a second.
That's it. She loves Beth. But we don't do love in my family. There's not a lot of expression of love, if you know what I mean.
You have changed that, haven't you?
Yep.
Haven't you broken that spell?
I tell my daughters I love them every day. Pretty much. How proud I am of them, how much I love them. And yeah, they're terrific.
I'm sure he does that. I'm
What
sure
exactly is there to be proud of with Emily?
she's a rabbi, and
rabbi.
she strums two
What?
chords on the
Is she
guitar.
really? Is it like
She's
one of those
rebel.
things where you can sign up on the internet to become a
No.
ordained minister?
You know that
No,
she was in
no.
that school thing for
I
like
don't fucking
forever
know.
on the Upper West Side. She became.
Don't know.
Yeah, the Madonna play.
And I
The
mean,
Madonna play.
did she had to come into
My
like the single A,
vagina.
then move up to triple A?
My
Yeah.
vagina.
My breasts.
Oh my
my
God! Do we have
vagina.
that? Is that somewhere? Is that somewhere for us? Do you have that? Jen?
I don't know if the audio is readily. I can get it. I don't have it now.
My
But
vagina.
but Howard's especially proud of his granddaughter. 'Cause he
Is
brings them up
Oh
all
wait.
the time.
Oh.
is what Emily did? Is that so like people who become pediatricians can look down on someone?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, a podiatrist. Sorry,
Oh, I
There's a
didn't.
great article if you get a chance.
sorry,
I
I screwed that up. What were the
Oops.
odds?
You really did fuck that up.
The
What, Johnny?
director of that play, Monique, talks about how Howard had the whole production shut down.
Yes,
There's a
I
great
really
article.
did.
Can you play something about that or read
No, we
something?
didn't really read it. It kind of got lost in the shuffle along the way. It came out like a year after that. I read it like 5 months ago, and the guy is available on Facebook and stuff. We could probably track him down.
Oh, we should track him down. Okay, so my next clip is about a caller then calls in and says that Howard's being really petty about the expenses for his mother.
That's the word he used,
long
Hetty.
time, first time caller. Hey, bro, I know you love your mother and everything, but it sounds like you're being really petty about having to pick up
petty.
the expenses for her and stuff. I lost my mom about a
No.
year and a half ago, and I would do anything to have 5 more minutes with her, bro.
No, as a matter of
I
fact,
know-
I love paying for everything for my mother. How dare
Wow.
you? Are you kidding? It's the greatest.
What a.
It's
What a-
fantastic. Oh, you have no idea.
How dare you?
Oh, God. Dave, I tell you what, you miss your mother. I'll give you mine and you can pay her bills.
You can have more than 5 minutes.
Yeah, you'll have. Oh, yeah, my mom's gonna outlive me.
What a cunt, huh?
I don't think
That
people
is.
can.
That is. Wow. That is.
I
a
don't think
cunt
peop-
move.
I don't think people really can grasp how much money he has at this point. You talk about the very personification of can't take it with you. Is this really? But you know how little he misses, even paying. I think you're right about that, Monique. A condo in Florida. What would that cost, Dennis? You're the real estate guy. You're Florida.
I probably what
Ballpark
400
it.
grand.
Oh, I was
whatever
going to
that
go
is.
700 because they're in North
700. Well, it
Palm.
depends when they bought. Depends.
I feel like
Depends
it's
when they-
new. Remember last year they had a big fight at their house, and that's
Yeah.
the first time he mentioned that
Oh, so they
had
paid
a condo.
700, which is nothing. It's a week's
Less
work.
than $1 million. Let's go with less than $1 million.
He gets $1 million a show.
Well, depending on
Good
how big it
ballpark.
is, it's probably like a 3-bedroom so that the kids can come visit them when they don't go to Howard's house. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know anything about it, actually.
I think you're spot on. I think your theory's spot on.
Yeah,
I think
it gets to a point where how much is enough, and life becomes about experiences, and
Well,
Not
And-
for Howard.
I don't know. I don't.
I
you
heard
know,
I heard Bill Maher just the other day say, "Time is way more valuable to me than money is right now." And he's
Yeah,
he's 3
yeah,
years
yeah,
younger
yeah.
than-
Sure. Yeah, fucking.
I think X knows
that's
Bill Maher. I think you've
fuck you,
experienced
Bill
this
Maher.
before.
Go fuck yourself.
The
All I know is
reality
Thank you for the dumb opinion,
Howard will
all I
Xavier.
know is
die.
I have a
Howard will
hole in
die
my
with
sock
more-
and Wiggy's on the moon.
Howard will die with more money than he has today.
I know.
Yeah, the way
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
interest works and how he can live off of his interest on the money he has, he will die with more money than he currently has. He can't spend the money he has. You know,
He should buy Radio Gunk.
there was one of the threads today I was just reading. Oh, it was yours, dum dum. It was about, if you were Howard's kids, wouldn't you be out like spending
Yeah,
money,
yeah, yeah.
traveling, doing and whatever?
Actually doing something with your
And
life.
you realize, and I wrote in that thread, you realize that as far as I can recall, and you guys can tell me differently, he's been to Mexico like maybe 3 or 4 times, been to the Caribbean maybe 2 or 3 times, and been to the UK once.
But very, very protected. Like not in the way anybody else would go to the UK. You're talking private jet, very prearranged. He had to do absolutely nothing. Just
Didn't he go
airdropped into
Bahamas?
the setup. Yeah, I think one
I'm
time
saying he went to the Caribbean a
St.
couple of
John's.
times. He went to Mexico a couple of times, and he's
Yeah,
been
they've been to like
UK
Cabo,
once
Cabo, right? Over where
It was
with
St.
the
Bart's.
I'm pretty sure.
Aniston.
Yeah, it was a Cabo.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
like
I'm not exactly Lou Dobbs or Neil Cavuto over here, but Dennis is, and Monique somewhat is. What do you think he makes it? Just G Canada wants to know, in just interest alone.
Oh Jesus.
Oh, geez. Well,
Not-
I
think
mean-
about how much money is saved, because you know what? I think the $600 million thing could be
Well-
a little false. I mean,
Well,
all of those things.
that's total
you look
deal.
up fucking Stuttering John, and they say he's got 10 million. So
Well,
Yeah.
you
no, but-
know that
alright.
these things
Well,
include
Monique.
real estate. They're never pure money.
Right,
Right.
exactly. But Monique, the 600,000, his original deal, right? And that most of that was a lot of it went to the production company. But let's just say he has 100,000 liquid,
100,000, 100 million.
100 million. I'm sorry, 100 million.
yeah, I was
Not
gonna say
100,000, 100 million liquid. I mean, it's invested differently than us. So let's say it's returning like 6%, 7%.
I gotta give him 5 just so we can round the number.
All
up.
right, 5. So I mean that a year, 5% on that amount of money is $5 million.
Yeah,
Just in
where's it-
interest. Just
Yep.
interest. That's
Yep.
not even. That's just interest
Without any investment, real
without any real
with
return.
any
Just
like risk.
No
Right?
no
risk.
That's
No
like
risk.
Never.
bonds. That's
that's
like
basic
bullshit
bitch
stuff.
return.
That just gives you basic returns.
Yeah.
Even at 3%, he's still making,
3 million.
3 million without
3
blinking.
million. Just with no risk. With literally no risk.
The
Since
skeleton
he
twins
pays $1
coined
million
their own.
in property tax, as Rupert Pumpkin loves to point out to us.
He does.
His nut is probably tremendous. Really. It's
Oh
fucking tremendous.
God, his property tax alone is like almost $2 million.
that's still nothing though.
I know
It-
it's really
it really
nothing, but
isn't.
it's
And
just- but I mean, in real numbers, it's a big number. But it's
It is
to him,
not without doubt. I mean, shit. I don't answer
Yeah.
the phone when my creditors call.
But
I
then
love
he has
that you
a giant-
coined your own financial nomenclature, basic bitch return. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. No, Brizzo, I do not think he has a large stash of cash somewhere in case the economy tanks. The reality is, even if the economy was at its absolute worst place, as long as you're not invested in like high risk stocks and things like that, now bond returns are always going to give you between 2 and 3%, even if you do dick. So if you just took all your money out of the market and just like stocked it in, even if it's in city bonds and state bonds, you're still in a better position than tucking your money under a fucking couch. You just are.
Well, unless they default, then you're fucked. But
Yeah,
that's, you know,
but who's defaulting? I say that.
there are cities that can. I mean, New York City almost defaulted in the 70s. I mean, they were.
You know what I mean. I'm just
Yeah.
saying that anything is going to make you a little bit more money than shoving it under your fucking couch.
That's true, but he's also hidden money. That Florida house was hiding money. The
Yeah.
renovations were hiding money. I mean, it was all hiding money. And then the cat charity, which is literally the
Yep.
biggest grift of them all. That is just a massive
Yep.
grift.
I would love to know that.
Yes,
What about
some of that.
using a private jet to move one cat?
Exactly.
Was that
Literally.
above
Or by-
suspicion?
paid for by the what's it called? The 10cc, a 10 something, whatever it's called, the Beth's furry friends.
501c.
501c. It's
I
great
was
to
like,
say that.
when you have good tax attorneys, boy, things are easy. When you have
He's
the
got the
best you can
best. He's
buy.
got the guys from the Forbes.
Yes, he
Weisselberg
does.
says Gamma Man, Andrew Weisselberg.
I mean, the mafia would blush at the way he launders money. I mean, it really is scary.
Rupert says Howard probably has about 300 million and makes 20 million a year in interest and dividends. I bet
probably.
you that's about right.
Yeah, that
I
sounds
bet
about
you
right.
that's about
I
right.
mean,
What was he saying, Robin? How's the check work?
That's
How does the
solid.
check work?
That's the check
I
work.
don't know.
That's if he doesn't get another paycheck tomorrow, right?
Right.
So we're
Yeah.
just talking about like today.
Yeah.
Today's my fuck. You know what? That just reminded me that I think I forgot a clip. I forgot the clip. Who was talking about it today? Something about that he only has 2 years on his contract.
Yes. Oh,
Dennis
yeah.
was.
I was talking
Dennis
about
was.
it. He literally. All right. So,
When was
and this is-
that? Oh, I
all
can't
right.
believe I missed that. When was that?
all right. So, you want me just to go over it? Because
Sure, you might as well since it's
This
on
is
the
very
clip.
all right.
depressing,
So
by the way.
he's rambling on, and he goes, "Well, we're getting near the end of this year, and there's only 2 more years left." And then Robin's like, "How do you figure we have 2 more years left? We signed in 21, and we signed a 5-year contract.
We
Yeah, we have 2 years left." How do you have
Wow.
2 years? So I don't know if he already knows something that we don't, or he's just a moron. But that was really, really strange to say he had 2 years left, and he insisted on it, not once but twice.
didn't we think it was 3 years initially?
It is.
It's a 5-year
Yes.
deal.
It
I-
is.
I-
But he kept insisting it was only 2.
The part, yeah.
It
We're
was
never gonna
really
know.
strange. I mean, it was kind of strange, and Robin correcting him, like even she kind of went, "How can there only be 2 years left when we only worked 2? And
Yeah.
it's only 4."
Time
See,
And
bonds are at 5%, locked in 18 months. Yeah, see, you can lock in at a bond's percentage of return and be really, really safe with storing your money.
But here's the thing. So now, he has 100. What he has 174 shows left or something. It was a 214 shows left like a month ago, and so it's really weird in that if he maybe he only has enough that he can do in 2 years. He can knock all the shows out. Do 95 a year.
Yes, but however, I redid the calendar today because, as you know, he is working
Calendar.
next week, and that
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of
What the
throws
hell
the
is that
whole
about?
fuck up into the entirety of the analyses that we've been working on for the last year or so, and we will go through that. We will go through that
So-
momentarily, just not
But
yet.
yeah, so he really, it was really strange. He was very much. He was like he said, our agent. He told me you have 2 years left.
Dennis, your
What?
point was, I think your point was how dishonest he is with
yeah.
the audience. How you just can't even say that. You can't even show transparency with the
No,
amount of
I
time
think he really
and
believed
shows
though
and
that he had
when.
2 years left. I really honestly believe
Yeah.
that he thought he had 2 years left.
He's an idiot. I mean, to doubt that he's a 79 IQ.
But don't
it's not
forget
very
that
hard at
John
this point.
Buchwald is how old is he? Like now 90? I mean,
82.
seriously,
I think he's 82,
80.
83.
is he
82,
that
yeah.
young?
He's in his
I
his
mean
early
that.
80s.
I mean that sincerely.
No, I know.
That young.
Doesn't his daughter run the LA division of
Yes.
his company? Right.
So, can somebody check and tell us exactly how old he is? I'd be curious to know how old Duckett.
I'm gonna say 83.
Buchwald.
It's gonna be my
Oh, I
He
feel
wasn't
like
that
that's a
much
little-
older than.
No,
he
he's
wasn't
not
that much
93,
older
I
than
don't-
Howard.
Is he
Um,
93, Jeremy? No,
No.
it's
I
too
feel
much.
like Tim Sabian went to his 80th birthday party at the Friars Club, and that was years ago. Oh, I'm
on.
trying to
Hold
remember.
on.
And that he was going to retire, but he didn't want to until Howard did because Howard still was like his fucking cash cow.
Retire
Buchwald,
from what?
80.
Retire from the
Wait.
Buchwald agency.
It's a really good question.
No, I'm just mean his
Retired
daily
from
events.
what
Like,
is a
yeah.
great question.
Yeah.
Buchwald, according to this, is only 80 years old. Wait, what year is this from? Hold on. What year is this?
1976.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what this.
Okay, I'm going to continue on as you look for that.
Okay.
So then he started talking about going on the Morning Joe show, and I feel like what he was trying to say to us was this is the reason why the HBO show didn't do as well as it should have. Like that he
Mhm.
was making excuses already for why the show, the HBO show
course.
wasn't as successful as he thought it was going to be. So let's listen
course.
to that while you're looking for Don Buchwald.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was nice. I wanted to do something to get the word out about HBO and
Right.
the fact that HBO would be carrying the Bruce Springsteen interview, and but I didn't want to leave my house. Like if I was really in full-on promotional mode, I would have gone and done some of the late night shows and things like that. And, you know, but I said to my agent, look, I don't want to leave the house. I don't want COVID. I'm in hiding. I'm not living like a normal person. That's right. So
that's his excuse. So basically, I could have done the nighttime shows. I could have gone on more shows, but
You
I
nailed it, Monique. That's exactly what he's doing. It's a built-in excuse, right? I don't. HBO paid for a fucking hour on Morning Joe, which is supposed to be like a pretty morning power. It probably never.
Not really.
As Dennis rattled off the number. That shows you how unlistened his show is now. What is it? 240,000 people. That can't be his listenership. Never looked more. I mean, 240. That's the maximum his show could get on any given day.
Don Buchwald is only 80 years old.
It's only 80.
He's only 80.
Jesus, so maybe went to his 75th birthday.
Yeah,
and he's a great excuse to blame Buchwald for not for talking him out of doing the late night shows for this, because we're going to blame that.
A couple of things. I mean, Springsteen was all over the fucking place leading up until the interview on HBO. So it's not like people forgot about Bruce Springsteen. And did he forget that just yesterday Ralph outed him that he was out in his apartment?
Yeah.
So why is he saying today?
Right.
That
why couldn't
he didn't want to go anywhere?
In New York? Right.
Because the only reason he was at his fucking
apartment, but he was still out. He said
Bruce, and then for the dinner with Jimmy Kimmel. That's the only reason he's been out of his house, to just be an asshole.
Yeah, but yesterday he said that. Then Ralph and talk about fucking trying G-strings on at the fucking apartment or something.
Yes, he did.
Wait,
so why is he saying today that he didn't want to go out? And yesterday it was pretty much he got outed that he did go out, has gone out.
Let me see.
I don't think people realize the access he has directly across from the Millennium Towers. You have Regis and Regis and Ryan and The View. ABC is directly across from his house. So yeah, he could have done all that stuff. And the late night shows are so antiquated now. Do you really think you're moving the needle doing fucking Fallon show or Seth
Springsteen
Meyers?
was on for a goddamn week.
I know. No one knew.
Okay, wait. Let's play yesterday's clip again, shall we?
Thank you.
All right, listen.
I should start doing
Sam, Chris, Ralph,
I'm
everybody.
reporting everyone on this Zoom.
But Howard, quickly, why do you tell Chris not to take my advice? If you took my advice, you'd be happy with what you were wearing on Bruce Springsteen, because you would have worn something else.
You picked out that outfit, you moron.
I told you to do it. You keep complaining about that outfit. And
I
told you what to do. I said, let's spend a few minutes in the apartment and get something excellent. That was good.
I'm not in my apartment.
I mean, in your house, when you were at the house. So he said,
I don't want you in my house.
I wasn't at your house. He said, let's get on Zoom.
Busted.
Let's get on Zoom.
There's no way Ralph fucked that up.
At your apartment, didn't you?
Yep.
Idiot.
I don't want you in my house on Zoom.
Now go back.
Busted.
I'm sorry, you're not going to stay in an apartment for fucking being out of the Hamptons. There's no way.
There's no way.
There's no fucking way.
That's exactly where he was.
So and then there's how many? Then there's Beth fucking playing Ookie Mouth with all these people giving cats away and shit.
Yep.
So it's like, the whole COVID thing is so preposterous and so played out at this point that it's just an excuse to not go in. And we've talked about this a million times.
And it is true. And
exactly a lie. Repeated.
And then he'll just have all sorts of callers like, I don't blame you. My grandmother, mother, sister, brother, wife, husband has COVID and and then he just doubles down on it.
Yeah. The other thing is today he was also so he was talking about the Morning Joe thing. He was so braggadocious about, I was able to do that from my basement. Like, yeah, that was great promotion there, dude. It
falls in line, Dennis, with AGT as a goof. The book, all the colossal failures he has, that he is absolutely irrelevant.
Not only that, but he had this like swagger after he did the Morning Joe. You would think that he interrupted the last episode of MASH to fucking
Exactly.
to fucking give an all points bulletin, and then like it all fell. It fell
They
flat.
gave him an hour
Nobody
and
cared.
10 minutes, X.
Like we all
You
knew
know
it
what
was.
it cost on that show just to do 7 minutes?
Oh my
They would've-
God, an hour was shocking. So it was really weird how he followed this up. So he was talking about how he wished that Mika had been on, and then comes out with this as his commentary about Mika, who works with Joe, who is his wife, who actually they worked together for years, and then they were having an affair, and then both of them got divorced. And then next thing you know, she's married to him. But nonetheless, okay, here's his tall tale of what was happening and why Mika wasn't on the show with them.
Very talented guy. But anyway, I was gonna say, I enjoyed doing Morning Joe because I could sit here in my basement and do it.
Exactly.
And I had a good conversation with Joe and Willie Geist, and I had fun. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the show, and
It was terrific.
the only thing wrong was Mika wasn't there. I find that Mika very attractive. I do. I think she's got something.
Do you think that she didn't do the show because you were there, or what?
Well, there was a lot of weird stuff going on behind the scenes. I think Mika was scheduled to be off. I think because she wanted to be there because she kept texting Beth during the interview and like frothing to get on and to answer certain things that I
So
was
she
saying.
couldn't talk on the air. She was telling Beth
Right.
what she wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frothing at the Orlando Bloom. Monique, wasn't Mika on the 3 segments before that?
Yes.
Just
Mika
before?
was on that day.
All gung-ho and then bailed on Howard?
So Mika so badly wanted to talk to Howard, she ran out of the studio not to talk
text
to Howard.
Beth.
To text
because she was frothing.
Yeah.
It's her show.
It's her show. And
It's
that's
her
her
show.
husband. And guess what? If she wanted to be the one like talking to you, she would have.
Yeah.
She would have. But he
Roman
was
Tello.
afraid that, okay, so here, excuse number 2. So he was, okay, so this goes back to, and I want you to listen to this. Now, recall back to when we were talking about him being on Morning Joe that day and how we were taking note of the fact that he kept looking down and reading notes that were on his desk.
Yep.
1000% they heard us say this because this is what he says afterwards. I wasn't sure which clip I got it in, so excuse me if it's not in this one. It'll be in the next one.
There's another weird thing I will tell you about doing that show. When you're doing it, you're looking at Morning Joe and Willie Geist. And I guess they're also, when they're not talking, having an off, like they're on camera, but they're talking to someone off camera. And it's very disconcerting. Like I'd be talking about something, and then I'd look up and Joe's talking to this off-camera person, or Willie's looking over another person. I found that somewhat distracting, actually.
So they don't take them off camera while they're doing that. You're still looking at them, and then they lean into something else.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
We watched the interview.
Yeah,
Seen
like
the interview. They
It
were not
was
talking to other
on
people
the whole time. It was a
like-
screenshot the whole time.
I like
The
what
whole time.
the whole
Azores
time.
wrote.
Oh wait,
in the
here he goes. Here he goes. Listen.
Because they got to get set up for their next. Well, you know, someone's telling them, well, you got such and such amount of time, or you know, someone's giving them
The mic was
signals.
probably hot while the other one was talking.
But
That's all that's going on.
yeah, I think that yeah, I had a good time. But yeah, I would have liked Mika to be there. But then it might have gotten a little sexual. You know what I
3
mean?
people interviewing you.
Yes, it takes a body of people.
Now
to
that
talk
looks like a grilling.
to. Right. All right, Gary.
Oh, I think I might have fucked up because
Yeah.
within that was this part. Hold on.
Hold on.
Mm-mm.
Listening.
Fuck. Hold on.
No, what I would do is I would just look down when because I don't want to see somebody talking to somebody else.
Mm.
Because then I think, well, maybe I'm not hitting the mark.
So what he was basically saying is that he was looking down because he was feeling that it was like a little confusing when people were talking and they weren't talking to him.
Right.
So he would look down all the time if they weren't addressing him.
I don't know what interview he was watching. I know the interview I watched, and they would ask him a question about Bruce Springsteen's song directly to him.
Yep.
and he would look down at the piece of paper to find the answer he did not know.
That's
And
right.
tell them the answer that he did not know while they were still talking to him. They
That's
never
right.
talked to anybody else during the 65 minutes of
That's
talking
right.
to the wig. What
Not
a
at all.
fucking liar. I
Boom.
mean, seriously.
And Azores wrote that, Dennis, in your great mockery thread that he wrote. Yeah, he's wearing sunglasses and facing the left side during the Morning Joe interview because there was a monitor there where Gary and Hine were feeding him Springsteen information the whole time. He's done
Absolutely.
interviews before facing the camera, but there is no way with this 79 IQ he could BS his way through an hour interview pretending to be an expert on Springsteen's music without help from Hine and Gary. Hell, he can't even name 2 albums. Great job, Azores.
Correct.
Azores. Now it's Zores.
I mean, everything goes back to like the Instagram video that Beth posted about I'm on fire, and Howard's like, yo, he wrote that for Elvis, not knowing that there's 2 fire songs, and then like a few minutes later the video's was deleted. It's just like it goes to show he's a complete phony baloney. He doesn't know dick about Springsteen.
No.
And not only that, the stuff that he interviewed, I guarantee you, if you ask him one question, to repeat one question from that interview, he doesn't know. He couldn't tell you.
And now it's taking him weeks to think of these excuses.
Well, he has to.
Yeah,
he has to.
That's what the job of Marcy.
Speaking of the interview stuff, hey Monique, did you get the clip of the guy calling in today with the interview stuff?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Did you get the clip of the guy calling in about the interview stuff today?
Help me. Give me more.
He called in about the Springsteen interview. He gave him praise about it. You didn't grab that clip?
No, what was it?
Okay, so this guy calls in, and he's a college professor. I love this. This is the best.
Oh, and talking about his interview technique.
His interview technique.
So spot on and amazing.
Yes, that he asked leading questions and that he was a great active listener.
Right. The biggest sack of shit ever. And he took that praise and just kind of ran with it and was like so thankful.
So fucking embarrassing,
that he could
dude.
teach a course on giving interviews. That's how good that
so
interview
embarrassing.
was.
He's so desperate for a compliment.
So fucking thirsty. So try hard. It's like, I am Elmer J. Fudd. I own a mansion and a yacht.
Thank you, Lisa Stein, who says that's so true. He was getting prompts. I wondered why he was facing the wrong direction. Totally. He was totally facing the wrong direction. Like, who would have their camera faced on their right-hand side? Like, it was so bizarre.
And what idiot couldn't see that or pick up on it? How stupid do you think we
yeah,
are?
I'm gonna answer the questions like this the rest of it.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Right, who would do that? Like, who?
And
like,
and you know how you, let's just give him the benefit of doubt, which is ridiculous. You know how you avoid that? You show up to the fucking interview.
Exactly.
You show up there in person. You don't Zoom call every fucking thing in your life.
Okay, hold on.
Those two guys.
One day Howard's gonna show up with that Zoom filter of the cat. I'm not a cat. That one. He's not gonna know how to take the fucking cat filter
Could you
off.
imagine? Could you imagine the meeting with those two guys and Mika, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Stern's gonna be on. Oh, he's gonna come over Zoom." And they're like looking at you, what the fuck?
Yeah, and we're gonna spend an hour with him. And we're going to
he's like, I'm out.
Doesn't he live 10 blocks away from here? 1.4
I'm just
miles?
throwing it on so that you guys can see the tenor of the conversation. I'm not putting
Love
the
that
volume
hair.
on.
Early wind.
But
Joe's in Washington, right, Monique? And then Willie is
you know
in
what?
New
You never
York.
know where the fuck they are. Let's be
I think
honest.
Joe's in Washington.
Joe could be at his house in Florida right now. You just don't know.
You really
Joe
don't.
literally could be wearing like boxer shorts underneath his fucking button down. You just don't know.
You don't. You're right.
You know, and that's why they do those backdrops, because it is all just, it's always the same, unlike stupid over here who has like tiles everywhere. Meanwhile, he could have a green screen and nobody would be the wiser.
Everything is just everything in that picture is.
Yeah, let me just see if I can zoom this up a little bit. Hang on. Yeah, so here's
There
how
he is.
that fucking interview.
Oh, that weird green screen.
Look at his hair. I love that. I love the hair up here. I love the way it just goes shining through that stupid blue neon thing.
On air. Look at that. Isn't that what he made fun of Dominic Barber for having outside his offices?
They actually sell those on Amazon for like $10. I'm not joking.
See,
you go on Amazon, type that in.
I know.
The way the show basically was. So it was like the three of them, and
chin.
then it would go to like clips that they were showing. I mean, how much talking do you think they could have possibly have been doing in between his, segments
None.
where he was talking about things? There's just no way. We all watched this. We all saw how the interview kind of went. Nobody's talking over Howard. They are on 3 screen for like a good predominant amount of the time.
That's a good question by Steve Z. I wonder how much of their audience they alienated by keeping him on 65 minutes, like little by little, every 10 minutes losing. They probably
10,000
all of them.
You want straight politics and all that gravitas that comes with it. Guaranteed, he's right.
It wasn't deserved either.
Not at all. Not at all. I mean, you look at what
classic scenario of Morning Joe probably listened to Howard his whole life. He grew up on him. This is like such a get for them to have Howard. And this was and I'm positive that they were like, yeah, whatever you want to do. You want to do it from your fucking basement? We are good with that. We'll do whatever you want. Whatever you want.
That interview is embarrassing for everybody involved with it. Not just Howard from Morning Joe, for Springsteen, for HBO. He took everybody down with him. It was embarrassing for everybody. His whole, that irrelevancy is just a cancer now. He kills it.
Hair. I still can't get over the hair. I just can't.
Everything Howard touches dies.
I cannot get over that hair. I wish I could make it bigger. I can't, can I?
And you see the track right there.
Right, Monique? Hair quotations.
It's just amazing. It's just amazing to me that this is something that he would do. It's just really.
And you know what? The best of all, though, they had to pre-do that shoot. No one said anything that like that blue neon is making you like your hair disappear. Like no one.
Well, they're all kind of afraid of him, dude.
But look at this weird. Oh wait, look at this weird. Look at this. Weird, can you see my mouse on the screen?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's where it attaches. That's where the system attaches.
Cut in the system.
Yeah, that's the irregularity that you just cannot explain on any level. No human scalp has that.
And then, like literally, like a week later, there was another picture of him, and it was like 10 times the volume of hair.
Yes, exactly.
It was like magically, like a chia pet that had too much water on it.
He watered his head.
Full fluffy head of hair.
His hair looks like it smells like a hobo's mop.
Ew. Ew,
Crazy Robin says Mika was actually under Joe's desk the whole time.
She paid her dues already. It's okay.
Make like a circus seal.
That was the sound when her head hit it.
She married him. She won. Okay, so we're gonna move on a little bit. They started talking about Twitter again and how people block everybody and
Twitter.
Not him.
JD, talking about how he had to block. He doesn't really. Some caller called in and said that JD has really thick skin. He doesn't really block anybody. And
Jesus.
And it's like, oh my god, that fucking guy has had me blocked since day one. Since day one, I think after the I Hate JD show. Immediately I was off. And then all the shit we gave to Tanko for all that time.
I think Shuli was the only one more thin skinned than JD. In those circles.
I think I'm at 3 years with JD, maybe 4.
You think so? I wonder.
It's been a while. Yeah, definitely 3-4 years ago. Block me.
Trying to look something.
He didn't DM you, Dennis, thinking you were a female silver fox.
No, I should have. No? I should have gone as a chick, and he probably would have DM'd me.
That's a great prank to play on him, actually.
I just
elaborate.
I was just hearkening back to my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-page back and forth text messaging with Tanko about how she wrote to me at the time saying, I'm writing to bring an issue to your attention and request an increase in your forum's moderation. It seems that your forum is indirectly encouraging users to message my friends and family with abusive and hurtful messages about themselves and me. Having my friends and family negatively affected by your forum's users is very disturbing to me. I understand that, as you are so fond of pointing out, I deserve this kind of treatment, and I have, quote, put myself out there. Fair enough. But my friends and family have not. and the messages that they've been receiving have been increasing in hostility, and these are just the ones I know about. Please increase moderation and remove posts about friends and family members of mine. That is all I ask. They are not fair game, and it's fair to assume that the culture stoked by the threads and forum appears to be empowering users to bother them. Please remove posts about anyone besides myself, as well as tags to their social media, email, etc. Thanks, Jennifer. I write back, I'm like, hey, Jen, I am truly sorry about that. We'll remove any non-you posts. I will go through them myself personally, and we'll make a general message to people that inhabit that thread. We will take care of it. Hope you are well. And she just writes back and forth to me, back and forth. And, and then she started in with, I don't want to have to get litigious. And I'm like, okay, silly girl, you don't want to do that because we have every right to do what we do. So you don't really have any standing. No, Mo did not fold immediately, you douche.
I like the way you handled that. I like the way you handled it. That's what I would have done. I would have written back and said, my credo is, Jen, my kids, my family, have at it. Do whatever you want to them. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so, she wrote to me very nicely. I cannot tell you how many times we have gotten emails from women that Xavier has posted who, have diddled 15-year-old boys and then write to me saying,
we're the
angels.
I was acquitted
Angels.
of the angels, right? I was acquitted
Angels.
of that, and it's really not right for you to have my name up there. And then when I do a Google search, your website comes up. I'm like, we have every right to.
We did nothing.
Your police photo is public property, so
Yep.
we can do that. But okay, I will take it down. I have no problem with doing that for you.
We're like Schultz. I see nothing. I see nothing.
I know nothing.
I
Poor
know nothing.
misguided
Schnell,
women that need
Schnell.
some direction.
I
That's
know.
all they need, a little
I think
direction.
what JD said, and we thought it was kind of interesting because of the way he worded it. Here we go.
A lot of my guys are on social media. A lot of the guys who work.
Okay, so this is Howard also. Okay, so
Hello,
Howard
Boomer.
is talking about social media and how most of his guys are on it, and there's such big deals on social media, and obviously it's because of him, and that's why they have all these followers. And if it was up to him, they wouldn't be on social media at all. Like, he would just ban them from being on social. But I realized that that generation has to be on social media, and he's so fucking full of shit.
What's it gonna do, Monique? Ruin his precious brand? And what brand is this exactly? What are we ruining?
Yeah,
200,000 viewers on.
Literally, her husband confessed to webcam hoes, peanut butter and dogs on air. But we're the fucking Vulgarians.
Exactly. All right, here we go.
Here, men and women, they're young people. They love the social media, and
young
it
people,
gives them
they
a
love the
voice of their
social
own. They can.
Can you believe that they love the social media? It gives them a voice of their own. God,
Howard couldn't sound like more of an out of touch old man than
yes,
in
they're
this
using that
way.
internet walkie-talkie, Robin.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Let me look.
And a lot of blocking going on.
Yeah, I tell you the
would
truth.
go
If
on,
I
I
had
think
my
so.
way, I'd throw them all off social media. But they like it, and they're excited because they have a following of the show, and it gives them a chance to step out.
They all need to learn from JD, though. JD has the biggest, thickest skin. Well, biggest, maybe a little less now, but thickest skin.
JD's a
So
gentleman.
much shit.
Right. So then they go to the next one where they ask JD about his social media and his. Just that whole statement by Howard is just so fucking gross. Okay, you should all be so thankful you work for me and that you have this following and that people actually pay attention to you because of me. And you kids, you go do that.
Yeah.
Do that, but just know that the only reason you can do what you do is because of me. Period. Full stop. So JD gets on the horn. I'm actually getting a little warm now. I have to take off this shirt.
Oh, is that for the
No. I have
Because you 47-year-old kids in your social media.
Exactly. All right. So here's why JD blocks people. This was telling.
I do.
I do block people. I will say that there's a line that if I feel someone's being, if I feel someone's like purposefully being mean, like
what
I'll
is the
go to
worst
their-
thing? What is the worst thing someone said? We had to block them.
I'm not going into that. It's involved
Please.
people that were in my life and stuff like that.
Or in my life.
You mean they weren't making fun of you? They made fun of, let's say, someone.
Yeah. So,
but if they make fun of you, you can handle it.
I try to let things slide a little bit, but there are times where, like, if someone's being like, they're just being an asshole, I will go to their profile to see their other tweets, and if they're like, if that's all their shit, if all they do is like just tweet insults at people, I'll block them because I don't need a type of person following.
Oh, that's responsible social media. Go fuck
Okay,
yourself.
so the big part of that was that people that were in my life. There's only one person that were in your life, so to speak, and that we would talk about on social media, and it's not your mom or dad, and it's your now, I'm guessing, ex-wife.
Kissy firm.
Because you said were in my life. We haven't heard a word of Tank in how long?
Nothing.
It's been a minute, dude.
Yeah, so were in my life. Thanks, JD, for confirming that you're divorced. Congratulations. Sorry.
Well, who knows? You know what? We don't know what we don't
Were.
know.
No. The 1 weak spot he had, because I tweeted out once about Tank, and I got blocked immediately. Immediately.
Oh my God.
Immediately.
Yeah, whatever.
That makes you just think
Immediately.
he's sitting there waiting for people to tweet him. He just has that fucking Twitter up all day, that awful, stupid job. And is there anything worse than the JD-ization of the Stern Show? It is in my top 3 of shit that his go-to horrible punching down material. He is the worst. From the day he got on the air, it's the worst material ever.
I mean, what the fuck is he talking about? His wife, she's on Instagram, posting, does 10 posts before fucking 8 a.m. every single day.
Yeah, exactly. Beefus averages 16 posts a 18 posts a day.
Used to be worse, Dennis.
And this is and it's not even, and that's not just like saying text. Those are full-on pictures that have to be set, cropped, and then uploaded.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's actually real work. It's not like it's
major production putting a picture up.
What the fuck is he bitching about other people being on social media?
He's just jealous.
Idea.
Because he can't handle it.
Oh, you cut out. You didn't have the part where you said, when I was in radio, I was social media. People came to me for my opinion. No one else could go out there and give their opinion. I was Twitter. He said that today. Boomer said that today.
I wish you would have told. I don't even know how I missed these things today. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's okay, but it was great listening to
for only
rant.
having 22 clips and none of them being that. So I am
understand.
sorry.
I
am sorry.
I even brought you in on that one. That's okay though. But I gave the full essence of it because
and that's all we need.
He's literally the old man yelling at the clouds.
Yes, he is. Yes, he absolutely is. So then, of course, you might all be aware of the fact that we have a Chris Wilding segment.
Before we move on,
RadioGunk
can I share something real quick?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, this was today. Okay.
Today.
Every time I think of you. Oh, damn, I have to sign in. So go to I don't know my own login.
I have it. Stupid.
Go to Best
Stern,
and then go down. You'll see it.
Can I?
1, 2, 3.
Hold on,
4,
I'm
5,
getting to it. Hold on.
6 and 7. The 6 and 7 from the top.
Okay. Well, can I do a clip?
Yeah, do a clip. All right. So 6th and 7th from the third row. You mean?
Yeah, just come from just put it up. Well, I should tell you.
Okay.
Can I
hold
do
on.
When he's bitching about
do a clip,
social media.
I'll share.
This is today. Just today.
Okay. What are we looking at?
It's Beefus. Don't worry.
It's Beth,
good.
page 2 in green.
Oh, it's not Beefus.
That's page 2 in green.
It's someone else. Let's
Oh,
go with Beth's Instagram.
Oh.
Good.
What are we doing?
Right there, the left, and then the top right.
Is that Judith Regan?
It's no. Go over to the. There you go.
This one? It's a video.
Yeah, it's fucking Howard on social media.
Oh, that's
Look at those.
that's right. That's Howard.
That's Howard. And then if you go to the picture, the thing before that, it's Howard again. This was just today. No, go the other way. No. Okay, one more.
That's a beef.
Okay, go to close that, and then there you go. Go see that the top right.
This right here?
Yep.
I guess eventually it's
Oh,
Howard.
it probably stops at that.
Yeah.
That was today on social
Look
media.
at that head. Look at that football head.
Oh, social media. I kick them all off, Robin.
Kick 'em all off
Only
social
I can.
media. That cat-
Only my wife can be on social media.
That hat.
She's
That
doing
cat
good with
hates
it.
it. That
She's
cat
doing good.
hates-
Look at those hands, dude. She could palm Europe.
That cat
No,
is in
I'm too
agony
hungry.
right now. That's an angry cat.
That's a kill me.
Okay, I can't watch that.
Yeah,
You
it's,
can't watch this.
but
You
I
can't
mean,
watch it.
everything he complains about, he does 20-fold.
Yes, of
That's
course.
the point.
Yes, of course. All right, here we go. We're gonna go into Chris Wilding just for a minute.
Shut up. Block this guy.
No, you block.
And
what I
let, me,
mean.
Block me, idiot.
and let me just say something about social media. And I know there was a lot of
You
feedback
can't handle it. We
about
already
me.
know that, Chris. You don't need to say it.
God, and you wonder why you're blocked because you're an obnoxious.
I miss the days when I would do a radio show, and I was the only person, from
here
the
it is.
show who had power. I could, you know what it is now with social media. All my guys have.
It's not power, Howard.
Yes, it's
when,
power.
It's
Oh,
when
it's
10
raw
people
power.
say you're a fag, you have AIDS, you should die.
That's
Maybe the
nothing
10,
what I
maybe
said.
the
I
shut
said-
up.
I said
Maybe the
Rashawn. No,
10th
you shut up.
person says something
you
a
grow
little
some
less.
skin.
Well,
Go
I
learn
can't
from
talk
Well,
if this
wait a
guy
second.
keeps
There's a big
talking over
difference.
me. It's
There's a
impossible.
big difference. There's a big difference between that and someone saying you have a
Your glasses make
Right,
you look
but
old.
Howard, I
Yeah.
can't sit there
Or that
to
Rashawn
your
was wrong
point.
for attacking
To
If
your
someone
point.
says you should get AIDS,
God,
that's a
it's
terrible
unlistenable.
thing. I would block
Yes.
them myself.
And
Oh
Didn't
yeah,
he do that to Cody
he
Gifford?
told everybody
He
that they should
He
get
told-
AIDS, right?
he told little kids that she get AIDS.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cody
And he
Gifford.
Cody
famously told the dude he's gonna fuck his dead dad's skull.
That's right. But that's
But now
okay.
he's
Cow.
like fucking Mr. Sensitive.
That's okay. You know what? He would
What
have
a-
been the biggest control on social media back in the day when
Yep.
Howard was Howard. He would have been the worst. He would have
And
been.
would have had all of us having his back too, which is the.
Oh my
can't
God!
control
Yes,
the
that's the
narrative.
worst part of it.
Right.
You're so right. You're so
Yeah.
right. Sorry, was that
Regis
actually the
Philbin.
clip that we were talking about, Dennis? That was
Yeah,
what?
that was part of it. Yeah, because he went
Okay.
on and on about how he was everything and anything. And when he started, he didn't need to. No one else had an opinion. Only he had an opinion.
Yes,
Yeah.
and he still feels that way. He still,
He still feels that way.
nothing should be shared on social media, and they should keep it for the show. They should keep it for what they do. Right?
I
That's-
wonder.
Can we get rid of the Wilding picture? It's kind of creep me out.
Oh, isn't it delicious? You don't like it?
It's so
You don't like
so-
you don't like
you don't like it?
You don't like fish more?
So
What's wrong with
you
you?
know,
Let's
I
start talking
wonder
about
what-
Cheers again.
No.
I wonder what Regis Philbin's kid would say. What the flip?
Oh, now in the wheelchair.
It's been up for weeks about that.
I like what Bagel Oasis wrote in the mockery thread he wrote. I got to give Wilding credit for one thing. He caught on to I love this, cheat code for guaranteed airtime pretty early on.
Yeah.
Gay stories. That'll get Howard's. I bet early on people in the back were coming up with half decent ideas for content, but Howard's always opting for Wilding gay story instead of people in the back, and they just stop bothering creating material. I agree with every word of that.
Yeah,
Every word of
Yeah.
it.
he's right.
Go gay. You're on. You go
And
gay.
could you
you're
imagine
on.
steeping your whole personality in your sexuality? Which
No, I
some gay
can't.
guy, and then play the
Is it any different than
homophobic
Brent
card.
keeping his whole personality and being a swinger? I mean, this is
No.
what's on air.
No, it isn't. It really
You know,
isn't. Much
this is what
better.
they know how to do.
I love the cheat
You're
code.
Can
right.
we move
but
past
Joel,
Wilding? I'm trying to get reflux.
Howard hates social media because it's an excellent way to remind the world of all the awful shit old
Yes,
Howard used to
Fudgesicle.
do.
Oh, I always say that his worst enemy is the internet. I mean,
Well, he
literally,
can't-
it is his worst enemy.
He can't control the narrative. Is the
No.
real thing,
Right.
which on his show he does
Hence
100%.
the block.
Yep.
Hence the reason nobody can reply anymore. I'm sure that edict came directly down from him. Directly. Okay, so I was also loving the fact that this very same caller who stayed on the phone then started ripping into Rashawn. And just because I fucking hate Rashawn, I figured why not put this up.
This was very
Oh,
interesting.
a lot of
Fuck
shit
Rashawn.
too,
That
buddy.
actually goes
Trust
to my
me.
second point. That goes to my
All right.
second point. With the wrap-up show, Rasan is not a mainstay character. I don't give a fuck about his holidays or his vacation. Honest to God, Jackie Johnson was a wonderful guest host. Rasan does not need to give us this whole daily rundown. You know, and bring back the news, please. Robin, I love you. I need the news.
All right. Dude, you got a lot to say.
Wow. This guy was just on fire, and it was just really it was a weird phone. I mean, it really was a weird phone call. And I think the only reason he got to stay on is because he was gay also. It literally really came out and said that a couple of times. It was
Yes, and that he had a
truly
small
strange.
penis, but that he would.
Yeah.
Rashawn is not my second cousin, Benjamin. Thank you.
Does everybody know how Rasan worked his way onto this show? He was grandfathered in from the Pharrell show. He used to be the producer on the Pharrell show, and he would
Right, but
sit
how
in
did
for
he
him
become on-air talent?
because they needed an Uncle Tom. They needed a affirmative action Jackson.
Why? Why did they need that? There's no need. There's no need. It was
Robert's
Hein
a token.
It was
They
Hein
needed a token male. They
and,
have no black
Gary.
people.
It was Hein and Gary. Why did they need Rashawn? And then Rashawn moved to California, so it wasn't even like that. Rashawn was in studio with them anymore.
I have to say they're going for tokenism. I just don't put it past them at all. They've never had a
112%.
black male on the show in any way. I say it all the time. Big Black was doing JD's job from home with a VHS tape and way better at it for him, and they wouldn't hire him. I have footage, audio of him begging to get a job to do JD's job, and they wouldn't hire him.
All right, Autobot AI. How did Brandano stay on so long? He banged Marcy allegedly.
Marcy Turk.
That's
right.
So
Allegedly.
that's that.
And Howard, he dated Deborah too. Briefly.
That's true also.
Here's a little. I don't know how we're coming back to Cheers kind of things, but there's for you, Xavier. Maybe you can talk about that while I look for my next clip.
They blackwashed.
What did I tell you guys after we wrapped yesterday?
What?
About Lethal Weapon.
What?
Yes, you did. You dropped that one.
Oh, you did, didn't you?
Yeah,
you did.
I was paying attention.
Kelly.
Kelly.
In case you guys didn't know, the original Naked, Lethal Weapon, the first chick that jumps off the fucking building, that's Kelly from Cheers. Full frontal.
Kelly.
Yes, full frontal.
All right, enough. All right, so let's move on. So then, this is how we found out that he's going to be in next week, because we constantly were talking about Lizzo and what's going on with that, and he mentioned it, and this really throws our calendar into a skew. It really well. I'm gonna pull this completely onto Dennis, but yes, it does. It pulls Dennis's calendar into flux.
Anyway, beautiful. But Lizzo, she's coming in. She plays the flute. I mean, she's like world class. I mean, she got a lot of.
Yeah, she actually got to play
something somewhere.
A famous flute recently in Washington D.C. I remember seeing a clip of that.
I could tell you about that.
Yeah.
First of all, she's a rapper.
Yeah, I didn't want to play any music because I know we'll get in trouble for it. So.
That's right, Aaron Taylor. Lizzo's going to ride the Sibian, and Howard's going to fat shame her like Precious and Nicole Smith.
No, he's going to call her stunning and brave.
Yes, that's exactly how it's going to
Too bad they don't have Yucko the clown on with her.
Oh my God, it would be so hard.
That would be fucking. See that I would Sirius XM. If you do that, I will pay for an entire year.
Oh, oh yeah, because they really want your money. Thank you.
Thank you, money.
Xavier.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be the only one.
Get on
they have Yucko and Lizzo in the same fucking room.
I wonder if he feels shame about that.
Honka.
He feels any shame about doing that to
Ain't you precious?
No. And shit like that.
No, he's a sociopath. Right? Sociopaths feel nothing.
Such a vile, disgusting human being. And the fact that Lizzo is going on there, shame on her.
I don't think she knows any better.
Absolutely a bigger get. Lizzo is absolutely a bigger get than Bruce Springsteen.
How about the Lizzo and Rizzo show?
So I guarantee he truly knows
nothing.
I guarantee he knows nothing about Lizzo at all. It's going to be straight out of Wikipedia.
Yes.
Also questions that her people are going to tell him to ask her. 100%.
Yes. And I'm going back to the fact that she has an HBO special right now.
Correct.
which I think debuted the same week that Howard's thing did. So I think this
They're
is a little
colleagues,
bit of a quid
Monique.
pro
They're
quo.
colleagues.
Yeah.
So, okay, so then he starts telling us about other things that are going to be going on next week. And part of that is going to be on Wednesday, which is Hollywood Squares.
She's got an Instagram account dedicated to her flute. Over 300,000 followers just for the flute.
Hey, more than saw your HBO show.
Amazing.
Yeah. Pretty crazy. Anyway, and also I do want to not only say that about Lizzo, but I do want to mention that next Wednesday, Hollywood Squares will be happening.
Uh-oh. That's a big deal.
Great lineup. Let me play you the promo because I think you'll like the lineup. It'll get you all jazzed up.
Bankrupt.
I'm a little rusty. I haven't hosted a game show in a while, so I got to get that voice going and that
Are
fast
you going to
delivery.
be practicing?
Yes, I will. Over the weekend, I'll be practicing. Hi, everybody. This is Howard Stern with Hollywood Squares. Let me introduce you to the Squares. Squares. Like that. I'm going to be working on that. Yeah.
So who do you think he's having on the Hollywood Square? Anybody?
Whack Packers.
Anybody?
As far as celebrities go, and actual celebrities,
just
or
throw any name.
Yeah,
any-
what would we call Hollywood?
Rappaport
Yeah.
and Whack Packers.
Colin Quinn, Rappaport.
Colin Quinn.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out a weird name. I just want to. Yeah. What is
George too gay.
Could be. Could be. I don't know.
You're
Daniel
all-
Carver.
listen, talk about going into the barrel of shit.
Yes.
That is the wine
So
residue.
it's not Whack Packers.
Time filler, creatively bankrupt.
Filler,
bullshit,
creatively bankrupt
redundant.
bullshit. Lenny Dykstra would have been an excellent.
That's
guest.
exactly. He said that.
Thank you so much for that.
Is it his staff?
Well, somebody is very correct with theirs. Okay, so here we go.
Holy fuck.
Listen to how beautiful this array of people is going to be. Here we go.
But here's who's on.
Coming Wednesday, a special holiday treat as Howard hosts the game show Hollywood Squares.
I'm all about fun.
Featuring Chris Mad Dog Russo.
Oh, God.
All right, Christopher Russo. That's probably the biggest name he's going to have on. So let's continue.
He wins. Fake Howard Stern, Matt Friend.
I don't think it sounds much like me.
Actor Ike Barinholtz.
Hey now.
Fake Liza Minnelli.
Howard, I love you so much.
Wendy the Slow Adult.
I'm going to do the best I can.
Fast food expert Rooster.
Hey, I appreciate it.
High Pitch Eric.
In some areas, I'm kind of smart.
Fake Kanye West.
How you feeling, fam? You good?
And fisting lover Hunger FF.
My hole is already quivering.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
It's embarrassing.
Oh my God. All right. So this is wrong on so many levels, but I'm so stunned. Here's the really big thing. No one under 50 knows
60.
what the hell a Hollywood Squares is.
That's
Hollywood
true.
Squares is even better.
Hollywood Squares is ancient. That's like 1970s shit. I mean, this is not even like contemporary. I mean, honestly, its heyday was the 70s.
It's the most pathetic thing you can do. And it's your final day on air for like a month. It's your final day.
And that was
that's what you're giving us.
Do you remember when we used to get a Christmas special where they actually did really funny things around Christmas? Do you remember that?
Always had good Christmas stuff. Always.
Remember?
Wendy's living in a dumpster, but Howie won't give her a dime to show up. Yeah, well, actually, he does actually give Wendy money. I found that out not that long ago.
Oh, really?
That
Spill it.
No. It's just that every once in a while, the show, if they have money to give away, they won't do a contest or something. They'll give it to Wendy or to Bigfoot or to one of those people.
Right on.
So they basically kind of pay for them to play.
She's getting
Because
that
Wendy can't really
Peloton
do
money.
anything. I mean, Wendy really is.
Fake. I mean, they have like fake Liza fucking Minnelli. Fake. I mean, like
the whole setup.
You
the
know what's
whole
funny?
thing.
Fucking
The real Liza Minnelli wouldn't fucking. You couldn't get a
well,
fucking.
she'd be interesting.
I'd love
anybody
for
give a
Hollywood
shit.
Squares to put out some petty copyright so they can't rip them off. Wouldn't that be
parody,
great?
don't you
And
know?
shame on you, Chris Russo, for participating in this boffo. Show some integrity, for Christ's sake.
And of course, Ike Barinholtz will show up to a paper bag.
Oh,
Howard Stern is in it.
yeah.
It's just
So-
ridiculous.
So Rappaport isn't on this, which is
That's
kind of
weird.
weird.
Which
If you
is
really
shocking.
think about it, that's weird.
Yeah,
Which
you would have
is
said him and Dykstra. For
But
sure.
Rooster, But Rooster will.
Rooster.
Rooster.
And wait, the best part of all is that this stupid game show is on Zoom.
Oh yeah, good point, Dennis. I forgot about that.
I mean, Jesus Christ! And who's the contestants? Like
Remember
literally.
how much money a couple of years ago they started putting into like sets and building like bullshit stuff for like a 15-minute
For Whalecock?
one day? I'm trying to
Overproduced.
remember what they built.
Howard
They built like
360?
they built a Game of Thrones throne made of penises. Do you remember
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Yeah, so much work went into it, so much detail, and it was literally for like a 10-minute segment that they had on one show. It's kind of like the Pentagon. It's like Howard has probably X amount of money that he has to spend a fucking year.
Totally.
And if he doesn't use it, he loses it.
Use it or
So
lose
he
it,
would do
right.
the most ridiculous, stupid shit. Just for a year, though. It was just that year.
And it's going to be the most creatively bankrupt thing like this to use that money, which
And-
just has
and
no
now-
value to anybody.
And now you have a
Sam Plachette.
Sherry Van Dyke.
Sherry Van Dyke.
God.
Dr. Joyce brother.
Wow.
The worst thing is he doesn't even need. It's not even as a reference. He truly knows the biographies of these people. It's not even just for the reference.
Joyce Plachette. That's just.
Wow. That's pretty good. That's a great reference.
That is
Shit,
amazing.
Jesus. But I mean, Rooster. I mean, seriously, this is what you're bringing in for on-air. Jim J. Pollock. This is what you're bringing in for on-air talent. I mean,
yeah,
really. But no call for contestants. So this is obviously going to be like Robin and someone else in the office.
No call for contestants. You're exactly right.
I mean, this is how can it be a game show with no contestants? Honestly, it's not.
Oh my God, you're right, Mark Hine. Hollywood Squares guaranteed to be pre-taped.
That's a good
point.
Yeah, I have a feeling that show may not be live. I have a
Good
feeling there may be a
point.
lot of pre-taping next week.
Good point.
No,
Bruce Valanche. Nice.
Shadow Stevens. That was amazing. These are amazing
that's right.
names. These
That's
are
right.
amazing.
No, Paul, what about Paul Lind?
So he's also having something else. He didn't really mention when this was happening, but this is another show that's going to be going on.
Lizzo, I mentioned the Hollywood Squares next Wednesday, and I do want to mention the wonderful Weird Al Yankovic is taking over Channel 101, Howard 101.
Oh.
Taking over. Okay, so by taking over, you would think that they'd have programming for a couple of hours.
Well, we
Here
can
go.
call in. Yeah, he's going to host a show. We're gonna
Taking
call
over.
in, right?
Here we go.
Yeah.
He told him, take an hour, do whatever the fuck
Take an hour. An hour.
What a generous.
you want.
So
And
what a
I'm
mensch.
looking forward because, Weird Al's also been a staple of radio, not only with his music, but he also DJ'd and stuff.
Yeah.
So he came up with a weird and wacky hour of fun.
Taking over the station with
an hour.
1 hour of programming.
That's 1
Right,
hour
well,
more than they've had all year.
Exactly.
So Howard is so scared of somebody being funnier than he is that he cannot allow them to have a 101, which no one listens to
As
for
it
more
is.
than a fucking hour.
You didn't listen to Summer School, Dennis? Also?
Who? What?
Summer
I
school.
didn't- No,
Summer
I didn't
school.
listen to a second of
Yeah,
that.
nobody
I'll
did.
be proud
Right,
to say
that's
so.
exactly right, Dennis. You get the non-threatening Weird Al Yankovic, which was
Yeah, but he's even threatened by him. He's not even
I'm
letting
sure
him
he
have
is.
more than an hour, and he's
And I'm
not taking
sure
calls.
Weird Al could do like 3 hours with no issue whatsoever,
Oh,
playing funny
Christ, he could
songs
probably
and
do a day,
things
a
that he
whole
loves.
day.
But
You
no,
have
he's
2
taking over the
channels
station.
with
Taking over the station.
24-hour programming. You can only give this guy an hour.
Hey,
It's never
John,
more.
he's taking over the station.
I'm thinking, I know.
For
What
an
a
hour.
mensch. What a mensch.
Yeah.
God, Weird
Right.
Al.
Here
How's
you
it
go, Al.
taking-
2 a.m. to 3 a.m. And then they'll
Isn't
just
there a
play it on
Weird
midnight.
Al biography running now on one of the streaming channels? It's like
Yeah,
Amazon
he did
or Hulu or something.
there was a movie.
It's a movie, right? It's on
It's
one
a
of the
movie,
streaming
yeah.
channels.
Oh,
It's like
right. Harry Potter
biog-
plays him.
That's got to be what he's promoting.
Right? Harry Potter plays
Yeah.
him.
That'll be stupid. That'll be stupid.
Stupid.
Okay, so then after this, he starts talking. I don't even remember what the context was, but he gets to knock on the door,
Roku things.
and it's Jennifer Witz. And Jesus fuck, I recorded the entirety of it because it was just you know the way sometimes they have those callers call in and they just say like really kind of rude things about Howard.
Yeah.
So this is what they had her doing, but I don't know if like somebody has come to her and said, this is what he's doing on the show, and she's like, "Oh my god, I love it." It's
Right, of course.
just amazing that I
What a-
would even be mentioned on Howard's show because he's just so amazing,
He's your boss.
So I
What a
just
team
had
player.
yeah, so I just had to play some of it because it's just ridiculous. I have 3 clips of it because it was just that wrong. Here we go.
Knocking on my door. Let me see. Jennifer Witz, are you? Jennifer, I want to say something as the year closes out. I think you do a fabulous job running this company. I know we're all grateful for our jobs here at SiriusXM. Richard and Sal, they get to do their penis jokes. Chris gets to argue with the listeners and also do his, but by the way, his brilliant impression of Bigfoot. Gary gets to be his. Ronnie was retiring, but yet he gets to work. Robin is grateful for the job. I'm grateful.
my God.
Blah,
And you
blah,
do-
blah, blah, blah. No shit, Sherlock.
I was trying to compliment you and say we all are grateful for our jobs at SiriusXM.
Well, you should be. God bless SiriusXM, Pandora, Stitcher, Toyota, Caldor.
Would you give me a quick update on the company? In other words, the company seems to be growing, as you point out. Sirius, XM, Stitcher, Pandora. I mean, are you going to acquire more companies in 20?
Okay, so sorry, I broke it off right there, but let me go to the
Jesus
next one.
Christ.
This is horrible, dude.
Oh, beyond.
I mean, wow. I don't even know where to start with this.
Who is this for? Who is this for? What is
incredibly
this?
insulting on every level.
Every
I
level.
mean, it's insulting to women because this woman is his boss, but she's a witch because
Right.
she's his boss.
Yes.
The actual lack of jokes is pretty. That's actually more offensive.
God awful.
It
That's
gets
actually
worse.
more offensive than anything else.
I feel like I need to share more with you.
Of course.
I feel like we need to go to the computer.
You have to listen.
My ass all day, Stern. I'm working around the clock. We're blowing up. We've almost made enough money to fire your ass.
Oh, that's so mean. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm just kidding. Listen to me, Stern. The company is growing like that thing on your nose.
You're a cruel woman, but I know you rule with an iron fist. I know you take your job very seriously. I think that's why the company exists today. You say it like it is, and I should appreciate that. I pride myself on saying it like it is, and you say it like it is. Am I correct?
Okay, last one.
Jesus
Sorry,
Christ.
if I had to.
Mo
listen to
officially
this-
hates us.
Yes.
Oh, I know. Gunga Dan.
Holy shit.
If
It's
I
so
had
natural.
to listen to it, you have to listen to it too.
Larry
Oh my
Sanders level
God.
acting.
I mean,
That's absolutely right, Stern. And listen to me. I'm not worried about anything. I got money in escrow, motherfucker.
So if he,
Stern. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm saying if SiriusXM goes under, in other words, you have fuck you money. Is that correct?
That's right. That's absolutely correct. That's right. Listen to me. I'm really concerned about that thing on your nose. I've never seen cancer get cancer before.
No,
man.
I was diagnosed.
wow.
There's no cancer on my nose, but they did remove a giant wart-like thing off my nose. You're correct.
Oh, I know, Stern. Don't worry about it. I'm about to draw a little red dot on that picture of you in my office now.
Wow. By the way,
Yeah.
Jennifer,
So
you're part of it. You're part of it. You're part of the tomfoolery and boffo, Jennifer. You're part of the show.
Can you even fucking imagine that this is?
No, I can't.
I know.
You know what's even funnier is that Sirius is going to have a giant reduction in headcount pretty soon,
Mhm.
and this is quite funny. I mean, those people getting fired are going to really have a big laugh on this. It's great. Because you lost your job
50
because
pages
the
of
company
content
sucks.
a day, Dennis. He writes 50 pages of content a day.
Oh my God, for what?
And
Not
has
the
70 and has 70 people.
It's 70 people, and this is what he comes up with: a shrew laughing like the Wicked Witch of the West with jokes that are staler than from crackers from last year. I mean,
This
frozen
is
bananas.
horrible.
This is the equivalent of a puppet show at the Center for the Blind.
Yeah.
I love the flow from progressive Marcy Turk improv voice she's got going there too.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so horrible. It's
I mean,
really just awful.
Once
There's
again,
no way,
we
there's no
wouldn't
way
know
that
what the
chick
fucking
is the
bitch sounds
same
like
one.
to begin with.
Dennis,
How would you know?
there's
Right?
no
Yeah.
way that chick is the same one that does Ivan.
allegedly that was Samantha, and she.
Now
I
there's
can
no
see
way
that.
that's the same
He
girl.
said that was her. He said it was her.
I could see
No,
that.
I'm not making that up. He literally says that was Samantha who does Jennifer Witz, and literally she said that. I don't make.
It makes sense. No, I believe that.
All
Who
right.
else? Unless it's Rachel Butera, who else could it be?
Rich
Oh,
Butera's
that's
not even a show anymore.
Hey,
I don't
when's the
think
last
she-
time?
Canceled
I'd
months
like to
ago,
know what her
years ago.
deal is.
I know. Why don't you reach out to her on?
I think she'd do
social
our show.
media?
I truly do.
Yeah, I think she would too. Okay, so I just have 2 more clips for us.
No,
more of Jennifer Witz.
No.
Oh,
I'm
thank
going off of
God.
Jennifer Witz
Christ,
now.
that
I'm
was
just gonna
horrible.
do. Okay, this is actually probably worse because
Fuck.
it's so they did. The only reason I'm playing it is because they did
hate
a
us.
segment with Ronnie's sex.
Oh, you do hate us.
Ronnie's sex tip
no,
for Christmas.
no. Okay,
The
No, I say skip
only
it.
reason
No.
I'm
Jennifer
playing
Witz.
No.
we're at an hour and a half already.
Okay,
really
this
have to
is
do
it.
this?
I'm almost done. The only reason I'm playing it is so
Okay,
that
I'm
you
not-
can
we won't say
then
anything.
hear
Just
the
play it.
next clip.
Play it.
It's deleted. It's a follow. There's
All
follow
right,
up.
we'll lead in. Let's go.
Okay,
Let's get
so
over.
just
Let's pull the
listen.
Band-Aid off.
And you know
Let's
what?
go with
Maybe
this.
you'll learn something from this sex tip. Okay, maybe you guys will learn something
Costume
for once.
store and order yourself a Santa Claus beard. Then take your girl, put her on the bed, spread her wide open, and then just start eating her pussy. When she comes, you'll have all that great juice right in your beard to show her how much she's come. Then take the same beard and put it on again. For your boy, spread his asshole open and let that little beard just tingle around his asshole. He'll be so turned on. And then just flip him over and start licking on his cock. He'll come like the moon. Merry Christmas, lovers.
Okay.
Good stuff. Good writing, Benji. Good
God,
stuff.
Okay.
I'm not going to eat for a week now.
And now takes your appetite away. Monique, Beth's
I'm
principal
sick.
wants to know: can we do like a 6-man thing and swap out Beth for Brittany Griner in Russia? Right now. one
You know,
power
I would
forward
actually
for
be okay
another.
with that trade.
I'm good with it too.
Gladly.
I would pay for the flight.
Now, the
You know,
only reason I
Beefus-
played this for you is
They hate you, hate
because
us.
1 minute later, 1 minute, and this was just one of like 10 different Christmas treats. Root canal with no anesthesia. This was the treat, and this had followed. They were doing a game where you had to guess what the noise was, and one of the noises was Ronnie's anal egg that he would shove up his ass. Yes, absolutely. Geezer porn is absolutely fucking disgusting.
He's a
Miss
great
Gabby.
grandfather.
Great, yeah,
I think
great
he's a
for the,
great grandfather.
You know
Jesus
what?
Christ.
This is not like
Generation Z loves this.
rejuvenation.
This is not like rejuvenation. You were 100%
Now you know
right.
why the terrorists hate us.
Listen to this fucking phone caller though. This is like classic to me. Here we go.
Oh fuck!
I just couldn't believe it.
Barbie, you're on the air in Ohio. Hi, Barbie.
Good morning, Howard. Good morning, Robert. Robin, I love you guys.
Robert.
30 years. And I just can't tell you how much I have learned from you.
Thank you.
And I wanted to let you know I'm so excited because my youngest child is finally old enough to listen to you with me now.
God.
I feel like he can handle it, and now I can enjoy it with
Was he
her.
50?
I don't. No, 14.
14.
My hand close
14.
to the radio to suddenly.
How's he like
see
Ronnie's
the-
sex tips? Is he?
Lock her up.
Lock her the fuck up. You
Lock
are
her the fuck
exactly
up.
right. We
Go to
just
jail.
finished listening to the most disgusting, vile, literally. Okay, how old is Ronnie?
73.
73?
Yeah, I think 73.
69.
73.
He's like 73 years old.
73. Okay, my mother is 4 years older than him. Okay, my mother. And this is the way.
Scoresman's got a diaper.
This is so to follow up with letting us know that your 14-year-old son can now is this a bonding moment for you with your child to listen to Ronnie talk about cum on the beard? Thank you so
On
much.
the beard,
Mac.
yeah.
Social services, right,
Cum on
Hank?
the beard. It's like nauseating. It's
Yeah.
absolutely fucking vile.
Tiger Lily writes, literally
for the
every
reminder, Benjamin.
podcast in America is better than this show. Every
Yeah.
single one. I couldn't agree more.
David, my son is old enough to be groomed by you. So call in soon so you can get his
Hook her up with Millie Bobby
When
Brown.
he's 14.
Jesus, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Okay, so we are going to look at the calendar because we have to, and it's part of the show and it's what we do. So we're going to do that right this second. I have two of them. So
Dennis,
let
close
me-
your eyes. Go to your happy place. Calm blue
God,
ocean. Calm
really,
blue ocean. Calm blue ocean.
All right.
Oh,
All right, hold on. Here we go.
Let's go to the calendar. December.
You know, I never realized that that's the noise from Alien, and it just fucking
I
kills
didn't know that
me
either.
every time. Oh my fucking god. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna look at last year. Okay, and here is. Can you take the Xavier? Can you take that off just so we can show this? Okay, so here's the calendar last year. Total days worked was 95. Okay.
Yep.
And based on last year, he was off this week and then worked only the next week. Now, if we go to the revised and updated calendar for this year, you will note that he has already worked 93 days.
92.
93.
days.
93 I counted.
Did I miscount? On
That's-
my thread that I put the number in every day?
Because you forgot there was
Did I double count?
There was one day, well, to be fair, I was actually probably talking on the phone whilst counting.
I think it's 92 because I will go back and make sure. He'll be up 95 again.
Right. So this negates the whole less days thing, Dennis.
Well, that's coming though because he has X amount of days left, according to Marianne, who does know his
But you
total
said
contract number.
112% this was
Yes,
going to be
which is now
112%.
Which is more terrifying now is that
Are you
he's
splitting
gonna
hairs
do-
though? Come on.
He's going to do even less shows next year and the year after and the year after that. I mean, a lot less. Like
I don't know. We'll
seriously,
see.
in the 70s. He's going to do in the 70s.
We shall see because he
Look,
is
Marianne
working
gave
next week,
me a
as we
number.
know, right?
214. was
And then
10 days
based on
earlier.
last year, he will then be out really only for like 2 weeks.
No, it's gonna be a little longer than that. I'm seeing a
Right?
little longer than that.
Because he came
Because-
back on the 4th last year.
Like
Well,
Gunga Din said, Monique, he's a giver. He's giving us extra show. You know how generous.
Oh, yeah,
he is
he's so
with
generous.
mentions, Howard
He's
is.
generous.
He's a
Thank you,
giver.
Howard.
I think
Thank
he
you.
has to work these days. I think he has
Well,
no choice.
Can we like
He has a
Mo,
certain
like we
amount
were
of days to
talking
do.
earlier? Let's put in perspective. None of this is work. He is
Yeah, you call
still
this for
on
race.
vacation,
It work.
even when he's on the air. So none of this is work. So
Did
let's
you
not,
see the calluses on
let's
his
not
on
skew
his
shit.
hand that
I
Xavier
know
showed
that's a
us
working
on
man.
Instagram? That's a working man's calluses.
They probably
Yeah.
they probably have the consistency of like a newborn.
Yeah, I know. I agree. I think
I don't think he's ever had a callus.
manicured
I don't
newborn.
think he's ever had anything.
He probably can't touch a door handle on a car that's been in the sun in New York
And doesn't have to.
without burning his hand.
Yep.
I mean,
Yes. Okay, I love an F Mary Kill. Thank you, Beth's principal.
That's
Let's
a
see what we
weird
got
one.
here. Adam Sandler, Jason Sudeikis, Will Ferrell. No, there's no former SNL actor I have ever found particularly hot physically. I no. Although I will tell you that when so I used to live on the east side and then I moved to the west side, but I had a lot of friends on the east side. And one of my girlfriends lived on the same block as the guy who's on there now, who now is married to Scarlett Johansson, which is
Colin Jost.
Colin, yeah.
and he's very, very, very attractive in person. He is.
That
He's
wall of
really,
hair.
really attractive. I don't like any of these, so I'm gonna say that
How about Leslie Jones, Monique?
Oh, put her in for you, Miracle. Kill. This is a tough one. Okay, I'm gonna go with I would. This is a tough one, you guys. Jason Sudeikis is the one who is in that
He's
show
funny.
that I like, right?
Yeah, he's that
Jason
coach.
is,
What's his face on?
Yeah, what's the name of that show?
What's his name? Lasso. Ted
Soccer
Lasso.
show, yeah,
Oh my
Ted
God, you're
Lasso,
so
right?
good. You never even watched it, and then you know it. Okay, Ted Lasso, right?
That's how I roll.
Yeah. Okay, I don't find Adam Sandler even remotely attractive, nor is Will
He's
Ferrell.
rich.
I took a flight once with Will Ferrell while he was doing Zoolander, and he had the shocking blonde curly hair, and he was going to Minneapolis, and his mother picked him up at the airport, and yes, it was definitely his mother.
What
And
year was this, Monique?
when they were filming Zoolander.
Oh, okay.
That was
So
a
he was
minute
just
ago,
becoming
man.
Just as.
he wasn't really a movie
And
star.
yeah,
That's
we
in
were
the
on a
zeros.
very, very small flight to Minneapolis. I was going to Target, and he was on the flight with me, and he gets off, and she looks at him, and she touches his hair. She's like, "What have they done to you?" And he starts laughing because, at the time he didn't realize what he was filming, obviously. But he's also not attractive, but he's very tall.
He's kind of funny though.
So I do love Will Ferrell. So I will
Kinda
tell
funny.
you that I would fuck Jason Sudeikis, I would kill Adam Sandler, and I would marry Will Ferrell because I know that he would make me laugh like for the remainder of my life.
How about a weekend update one, Monique? Dennis Miller, Norm Macdonald, and Chevy Chase.
Ooh.
Shit.
Good night, guys. Like and subscribe.
I think
Remember
Dennis.
Cheers?
Dennis is really wealthy. I don't know how. I don't know why, but
I
he's
don't
really
like him though.
wealthy.
I just
know.
don't
I
like
know.
his.
He's
I
the
don't
biggest
like
prick
his
on the block.
way. I don't like his attitude.
No, I know. You shouldn't.
I don't like him.
Remember
So-
Grace said she got Me Too'd by Dennis. Dennis grabbed her ass at some Saturday Night Live party.
Yes. I do remember that. Oh, that's so funny. That's like a weird thought to come into your brain. Yeah, are we talking
Gracie,
present day Norm? Are we talking because Norm's dead now, so I can't kill him?
No, do them in their update prime.
Ooh.
Give it to me again.
Dennis
Hands on the
Miller with his
table,
hockey
ladies.
hair. Gracie, you got an ass like a handball wall over there, huh? Norm Macdonald and Chevy Chase in their
Well,
weekend
Chevy
update
Chase is a
prime.
cunt, so I would kill Chevy Chase.
Okay.
So that's out of the equation. I would probably
Dennis Miller's
marry
kinda pompous, very good.
Norm, and I would fuck Dennis Miller.
Okay.
That's all I got. That's all I got.
All right,
Okay.
how about this?
That's not
Fatty
bad.
Arbuckle, William Randolph, Hearst, and Teddy Roosevelt.
Oh, easy.
Marry
It's easy.
Hearst.
First off,
for
I'm
sure.
marrying William Randolph Hearst.
Because he's got $1 zillion.
Yes, I'm fucking Teddy Roosevelt.
Because he's a
and
Rough
then
Rider.
I'm going to kill Fatty Arbuckle.
Yes, he
you know,
rides
got it
rough.
coming.
Monique, did you know Dennis
Shockingly,
Miller?
that was the easiest one so far.
That is the easiest one.
That's like absolutely like the easiest one in the entire year.
Absolutely. You guys have given me some tough ones this year. This has been fun. Okay, so we are quickly going to do. Oh God, it's 1:43.
Dude, you're killing me.
You got way too many clips, so I can't go through them all. So tell me what's important.
I would say if I had to prioritize one first, it would be the last King of All Blacks versus Rasan. Although I think I want to play at least two of those because it's just King of All Blacks eviscerating Rasan in a black off.
Oh, I love that. I
Oh, wait, you call them
But
ashy?
the last one has Gary Puppet in it. The last one is the picture of Howard's mansion that Gary Puppet sent to King of All Blacks, and he slips it in to Howard at the end of that call. So that's the most
You wish.
pivotal to me.
So
I
which
forgot
one?
about that.
King of All Blacks versus Rashawn has Gary Puppet in it as well.
The last one does. The fourth one does.
There's
Oh.
There's four of
four
them.
King of
Yeah.
All Blacks.
There's four.
Just play two of them. Just play two. Just show the fight, and then the last one is Gary Puppet's picture to King of All Blacks.
I don't think I see that one.
It says King of All Blacks versus Rasan 04. Gary Puppet leaks Castle Gayskull pics to King of All Blacks.
Okay, I don't see that. All right.
It's the sixth one in order.
There is no order. I just have to. I just download them. I got it.
Okay.
Okay. So where do you want me to start now?
I would go just play.
Oh my
play
God.
2 and 4.
Okay, cool. But before I do that,
Somebody actually.
Cleaning out the computer.
Okay, we're going to King of Blacks versus Rashawn. What are we going to say, Dennis?
No, AJ Bones gives me a F, Mary kill. Oh my Christ. Leslie Jones, Gabby Sidibe.
Oh, and Lizzo.
And Lizzo.
Not Jesus
Christ.
Christ. You
Can we
think
not?
on that while I play some of this because we're running out of
Kid.
time. Here we go.
We ran out of time already.
Name than you do.
He ain't got more sneakers than I do.
I bet you, and I don't have moan faucets either, so I guess I'm doing a bad job at being black.
Now you're gonna play the sad sack now. I was saying you shit. Who was your king? Your father?
I don't have a king, man. I'm a grown ass man.
Well, my king was my father. You supposed to say that too. Was your father there?
Of course, my father was there. My father was a great man.
Well, here's what'll answer.
So why you ain't saying nothing?
This will settle it.
A rapper of all time. I don't have a favorite first person that comes to my head. I'm a huge Tupac fan, of course.
Tupac. I knew he was gonna say Tupac. You're a cornball. You're a cornball. Big rappers right now. Why would you pick Tupac? Why?
Because he was truly one of your disciples.
French Montana. A lot of them. Cameron, fucking Jewel Santana, fucking Raekwon. You ever heard of Raekwon? You don't think he's the greatest?
I love
when people say they're a huge Wu-Tang fan, they try to act white.
What is the best pair of sneakers you have?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He got K-Swiss.
How is
Damn.
Do we like King of All Blacks or do we? Where
I don't know. It depends
go
on
back
the
and
day.
forth.
It depends on the
Depends on the day. I know.
Depends on the day.
This is
All right.
a gold day.
King of All Blacks versus Rashawn, where the Gary Puppet links Catholic Grayskull picks to King of All Blacks.
So they ended, and King of All Blacks won't get off the phone, and he says, "One more thing," and then he brings up the picture Gary Puppet sent.
Isn't this the argument where he called Rashawn Ashy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's long. It's really long.
Oh, it is too much almost. All right, let's go to that one.
By the way, Rashawn's wedding announcement was in the New York Times.
It was.
I saw that.
It was. And that's something white people do.
You were featured.
Because of you.
I don't think it had anything to do with me.
It ain't because of that nigga.
I'll say this.
Right. On 23 years. Thank you, King. I do have to move to news now.
I just gotta say one thing about you, and I saw something. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't want nobody to look it up, but I saw some sink that they said was yours. A sink.
A sink?
A sink. Yo. It was supposedly in your house.
Oh, get out of here. All right. Thank you, King. Good. I don't want to talk about my sink. I'm like Rasan. I don't want to talk.
He respects his sink.
Right.
He doesn't talk about it with
Rasan,
everybody.
thank you. Congratulations.
Oh, my God.
Do you have the picture of the sink I sent you, Monique?
No, I do not.
I did. I sent it to you at the end before we went on.
Okay, I don't have it.
Okay.
This is the New York Times when Rashawn got married.
Yeah.
How come he married BJ Penn? Google it. Don't take my.
You want to hear the Xavier reference, Monique? With it says Rasan should sue Howard and Sirius over sexual harassment with Sal and Richard when I was Xavier. It's the fifth one in order that coming from my sent folder.
That means nothing.
Rasan should sue Howard and Sirius over Sal and Richard's sexual.
Anytime. We'd love to talk to you. Xavier, you're on the Howard Stern wrap-up show.
What's up, guys? I don't want to call it Cordell Stewart audible here, but you got Rasan in there, and I've always wanted to ask him here. Rasan, I'm listening the other day, man. I really actually like you a lot on the radio. I'm a little gunked out here on my radio, and I'm listening to Sal and Richard sort of, dick whip each other in front of you, and I have to know, how is that different than, say, Louis C.K. or Bill O'Reilly's sexual misconduct? I mean, I know Howard sues the company every 2 weeks. Don't you think you got kind of a lawsuit on your hand with that? It's vile. And I know.
Well, hold on, Xavier. Hold on. Those are strong words. Let's let Rasan respond.
It's almost expected that they're going to do something like that around here, right? It's like you know what you're getting into.
No, you don't.
But that's a great topic because that's the first time you've seen those two naked live.
Yeah.
And they both bring different elements to the table.
Isn't it really weird? Seriously, forget about the fact that they're naked.
Isn't the weirder part that they're guys that you deal with every day, and now you've seen that?
Well, the funny thing is, Howard's like, "Oh, now Richard and Sal want to come in and get judged," and I knew they were going to be naked, but I'm telling you,
Not good enough, Monique.
I didn't want to look at it. Like I just kept staring at their dicks. Like I could not look at it.
Oh, look at you trying to just get in with the cool kid, Rashawn.
You had to get Xavier in there. I mean, he deserves to be on these channels.
You were
in
gone
the worst way. Hey, one of
High
Howard's
praise,
daughters,
man. High praise.
Howard's versus daughters, the ones he calls every day.
Oh, you're so cute because we're at an hour 50.
All right,
and
fuck it.
that's
Do whatever you
4 fucking clips, you insane man.
I cherish these clips we love. We should cherish the life we live. You don't have to play it.
Okay, Dennis, do you have an answer for us?
Yes,
for
I
your
have an
question?
answer.
All right, go ahead.
So
Go for it.
I'm killing Lizzo.
Okay.
I'm marrying Gabby Sidibe because she's worth the most out of all of them.
No, I don't think so.
And I'm having sex with Leslie Jones.
I think that's the wrong move completely.
Wrong move.
Absolutely. Okay, number one.
Yeah, that's right, Crazy Robin. That's exactly
you
what
fuck.
Cool in the gang.
You fuck.
Get down on it.
Leslie, whatever her name is, because
Leslie Jones?
she's
She's like 6'4".
That's what I said. I fuck her. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, she's like 6'4", dude. Just so you know.
Kill.
All right, whatever. I've had tall girls before. No big
You
deal.
kill Gabourey Sidibe, okay, just on principle, and you marry fucking Lizzo. What are you out of your mind?
No.
Lizzo's worth
I go with Dennis.
No. Gabby has more money.
Gabby for sure.
Wasn't nothing Lizzo. No way.
Yeah, Gabby's more of a human being.
I looked at their page. I looked at their bank account.
Seriously? Like, have you seen Lizzo's pictures on TMZ? Like, she's walking around looking for her chihuahua that's stuck between the cracks of her ass. You know, it's like, dude,
I'm gonna do a
like,
comparison right this
no.
second, and then we're gonna end this goddamn show. Okay,
No.
this is our final
Break
call.
my
here.
ribs.
Okay. Lizzo.
It's gonna be like that one scene in Beer Fest when she's like, "I'm gonna rip your dick off."
Exactly. This is all, come on, literally run away and jump off a bridge.
All right, let's look at this. Hang on a second. Now, I have not seen what's her name?
Gabourey Sidibe.
Gabourey Sidibe.
Just put Precious actress.
Precious.
Just put Precious actress.
And
He's really
Howard
good.
ripped on for what, like 2 months?
Mark my words. In 10 years, Lizzo is going to look like Tamara Francois. Mark my words.
Oh my God. Okay. I have a picture of Gabourey Sidibe with, God, this is her fiance who might actually be JD. So hang on a second. So,
JD.
Here's your choices. Here you go. Sorry, everybody. They are taken. So hang on. Let me give this to you right now, and then you can make the decision on who you choose. But, you know, hey.
Gabourey Cinnabon.
Exactly.
Here we go. There's Gabourey Sidibe
JD Harmeyer.
with JD.
Yeah.
Whom she is marrying. And here's the way he said, "Would you marry me?"
The perfect couple. Wow. She deserves
Is that
it.
made
She
of chocolate?
He looks like JD and Justin Long had a baby.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And then, okay. All right. And then
On that note.
And there's Lizzo.
That picture of Robin coming out of her apartment, is that any better than
I'll
those
stick
two?
by my choice.
Okay. There's Lizzo. That's recent too.
I'll stick by my choices. I will stick by my choices.
All right. That's what you got. Okay. You can go with Gabourey Sidibe and
Hey, you know what?
Money.
We'll take Lizzo.
I'm just saying that the odds of Gabourey having the clap is a lot less than Lizzo. That's what I'm saying.
Ah, come on.
So you get that. So you get that party
You
gift
marry,
on top of it.
You don't have to have sex to marry.
Thea
Look
Vidal,
at
too,
these.
man.
We are going to hell. Okay.
We're going straight to hell. So,
Hey guys, thanks for hanging with us tonight. Please join us for any further discussion at RadioGunk.com in the forum section. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at RadioGunk. And don't forget to like this and subscribe to us and hit that little bell so you know when we're doing a new show. Thanks.